Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop. Woo-hoo. How everybody feeling today?
Tuesday.
Love Late Tuesday here in the arena.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Okay.
Burrito Tuesday.
Mike got hit that Casablanca.
The guy's not bad. Uh-oh, Gil, you messing up.
Oh, yeah.
That was you. All right.
Not me.
That was you. But this is Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
As always, we got the legend Gilbert Arenas here with us.
What up?
We got the Hall of Famer, four-time WNBA champion of the world, Sheryl Swoopes, back on the couch. Swoopes, swoopes.
I need y'all to be better with that. Go ahead.
Sure, we workshopping. It's day 2.
I know.
We improved from day 1. That's all we can ask
much
for.
better than yesterday.
We are progressing in the right direction. On this side of the couch, we got the man known as Money Making Sonny, NCAA champion of the world.
Yeah.
Rashad McCants in the building. Representing the great nation of America, head to toe, United States.
All right now. All white now.
And last but not least, representing Tough Crowd University, we got Mr. B, Brandon Jennings, in the arena. And for all the fans out there, we still got 2 viewing options for you, our traditional version, mobile vertical version. Pick whichever one you want to watch. Just make sure you support the show. Here's what's cracking in the arena today. The Knicks are looking for their next head coach, and Jason Kidd has emerged as a top candidate. Should Kidd dip from Dallas to take his talents to the Big Apple? Still under contract with the Mavs. It would require some compensation if the move was to be made. Jason Kidd, Jalen Brunson have a great relationship. Could he be the Knicks' next head coach? Cooper Flagg is expected to be the top pick in the NBA draft, but will he be the next great American star? We got to talk about it. We'll see. And with the final shift into Indiana for Game 3, which players on both teams will be the X factor? Series tie 1-1. Thunder looking to take home court advantage back. Pacers trying to defend their home court. We got a lot to discuss. But before we get into all that, as always, this show is brought to you by Underdog. Download the app, use promo code GIL, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a special pick'em. So, Gil, you had a WNBA-themed partner pack yesterday on the show. Proud to announce that the pack hit last night. Let's take a look.
Just one guy.
De'Erica Hamby.
Okay, let's see.
Hired 14.5. She had 20. Kayla Thornton, you said, was going to get hired 5.5 rebounds. She had 11.
Yeah.
Kelsey Plum, you said was going to get hired 2.5.
I told you that was easy.
She got 4. Cheryl, you did say that was easy work.
Easy.
Usually y'all don't have my wins up there.
$50.
Usually I don't have my wins up there because I'm at 89%.
Ain't enough.
Huh?
So what you win?
Ain't enough to put nothing in the gas tank.
If you bet $1,000, yeah.
Won 5.59 times his bread with that partner pack.
$1,000,
How
yeah.
much did you bet? How much did you bet?
What did you wager? 300?
You didn't.
About 300?
You won 300?
I bet 300.
300.
So you won about 1,500?
And I lost it or something else.
Okay.
Well,
Money tied up. Hey, but man, fuck all that. Fuck all that.
what happened?
Whatever. Don't do
This
that.
is about here? What?
Caked up.
It's from the Easter.
Caked up. She's caked up on the
From
app.
the Easter egg hunt.
Oh.
But I can't. Anyway. But I can't.
Caked up over there.
You got to play.
Huh?
You can't just take it out.
No,
play.
she's trying to play. She can't.
I can't.
Oh. Okay, caked up is in having
Yeah.
a lot of money.
It's
Okay.
from the
Yeah, she-
Easter
oh,
egg
yeah.
hunt.
I thought it was going to be an HR discussion after
Remember
the show. I
you
didn't-
shared with me? You shared with me?
Caked up on a
you
Tuesday.
can't play. What you mean?
It just says keep contacting.
Contact support.
Contact support.
Oh, when you try to, every time you try to.
Okay, well, support. Cheryl will be contacting you in the near future. Well, Gil, let's try for an encore here. So you have some more WNBA picks up in your partner pack
see what
on
you
the
got.
Underdog app. Let's take a look if we can. Got Ryan Howard higher, 3.5 assists. Kelsey Mitchell higher, 1.5 3-pointers made. And Sabrina Ionescu higher, 4.5 assists. This is an added boost pack, Gil. And if you use it, you can win more than 5 times your bread on the Underdog app. Sure. Are you rolling with Gil's picks for this evening?
100%.
Oh, 100%.
Easy money. That's easy
Easy
money.
bread again.
Yeah.
Just keep nickel and diamond. Pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean?
How's the rest of the couch feeling about Gilbert's?
I'm making the bet right now.
Mr. B, you are
Well, I
adding the
can't.
partner pack on your Underdog app.
Oh, she can.
I'd love
We
to.
got contact support.
Contact.
Support. If you are watching this
I
show,
got $100 left.
don't even
Thank you,
don't let Sheryl contact you. You contact her.
You got it. You got it.
Show earlier. Damn.
I'm just doing a bit. Sheryl, I'm just doing a little bit.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
just doing a
doubling down
little
on
bit.
50-50 on them.
Support.
Because if she can't do it, you can just transfer
For $100.
the money over here.
You got to come up off the bread.
Ain't the point is just sitting there.
So, Gil,
For no reason.
Ryan.
we
That's
asked
good.
the chat for your show if they're riding or fading with your WNBA picks for this evening. 70% of the chat riding with these picks. Let
Hey,
it ride.
only
a record.
70?
That is a record.
Record's 81.
That was you, 81?
If you like these picks, head over to Underdog app.
You should let them go. They gon' how many lost yesterday because they didn't ride with me? Like 30, 40%?
It was not a sufficient amount of
60%
losers.
yesterday.
People did not have their mind right in their game type. But if you like these picks, head over to Underdog app, add Gil's partner pack. If you don't have Underdog, download the app, use promo code Gil, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a special pick'em. And if you can't watch the show live with us on YouTube, we have audio versions available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. So we're going to talk a little Puerto Rican hoops to start this show. Four-time NBA All-Star DeMarcus Cousins hooping in Puerto Rico these days for the Guaybano Mets in the Baloncesto Superior Nacional.
Yeah.
Thank you, sis.
Damn.
I know. I passed Spanish 3 in high school.
Yeah, you crushed that.
So he was known for having a bit of a temper.
Spanish 3.
Spanish 3 in high school, Gil.
Spanish 3.
What do you mean Spanish 3?
Uno, dos, tres.
It was Spanish 1 and 2. What the fuck do you need the extra shit for?
Gil, you went to public school. You went to public school. Gil, you went to public school.
Is that like,
They didn't offer it in
is that
public
like
school.
living in Spain yourself? Because I'm pretty sure you just need Spanish 1 for Mexico.
No es negro.
Three is
No es negro.
No, you need Spanish 1 just for here.
Yeah, you need
Fact.
You didn't Spanish here for
Fact.
one.
Spanish 2 for Mexico.
Yeah.
2 for Mexico.
1 for here.
3 is for them countries.
Three
Okay?
is the advanced Spanish.
You know.
You going to
Pass-
Like the
Portuguese.
slang, the
You go to
slang and all of that.
That's the proper.
Some curse words, a little bit of everything. So Boogie was known for having a little bit of a temper on the court during his playing days in the league.
No.
Last night, during the game against the Bayamon Vaqueros, this happened. So you can see Cousins ejected after he was close to scuffling with fans courtside.
Oh.
So after a fan hit him with the crybaby gesture, Boogie grabbed his junk
Damn.
and nearly threw a punch before being escorted off the court. You can see his teammates, including Theo Pinson Jr., having to hold him back from the fan, trying to calm the fan down. So according to reports, Boogie also grabbed a lollipop out of the fan's mouth during the melee. Important piece of information.
Did he say
I think he
my
just threw it to the
lollipop,
side.
punk.
And as he was leaving the court, you can see fans giving him the middle finger, calling him pendejo, amongst other terms. Puto.
Pendejo.
You can see a fan toss his beer at Boogie. Boogie reacts by trying to go in the crowd. Took 5 men to hold Boogie back, 5 able-bodied men in the Puerto Rican Basketball League. Popcorn, beer, all types of food items getting tossed at Boogie as he exited the court. So luckily the conflict did not escalate after that, but we do see Boogie here with some policia
Damn.
and other men.
They still throwing stuff at him.
Appears to be a vendor as well.
5 dudes trying to hold him back.
As Boogie walked off the court, obviously they were in the Vaqueros Arena. Not to be confused with Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Woo Woo. But so what do y'all think about DeMarcus Cousins crashing out on Puerto Rican fans like that?
Was he on the road?
He was on the road.
Great entertainment. I think they
Bayamon Vaqueros. They got a good show.
Sometimes, you know, you got to entertain on the court or when you get kicked off the court. I mean, obviously, it didn't look like he wanted to really punch anybody because the dude in the front row, he could have slept him easy work. So, you know.
The dude, but he did take a lollipop out of his mouth, which is a
Was it a Tootsie Roll or that cheap shit?
it's a no-no in
at
Puerto
the
Rico,
dentist's
Gil.
office?
You don't disrespect another man by taking his lollipop out of his mouth.
As I said, depending on what it is it the Tootsie Pop or is it the one, you got about 6 of them in you give it to
Sour apple, what we call them? The sour apple.
The blow pop,
Sour apple, yeah, blow pop, yeah.
I don't know about the
blue
Tootsie
raspberry,
Roll.
blue
The
raspberry.
one with the Tootsie
Got the
inside.
chocolate. I don't
We were unable to confirm what type of lollipop, but
want the
snatching
gum
a
at the
lollipop out of a Puerto Rican man's mouth very
Surprise.
disrespectful in their culture, as it is in America.
You gotta be careful over there in them countries, man.
I mean, you definitely got to protect
I don't
yourself.
know.
for sure.
I don't know what y'all be thinking over there, man. That's how you get your legs cut off.
Or you get kidnapped.
Yeah, I'm gonna say get kidnapped.
Yeah, we almost got kidnapped, man. You got to be friendly.
That's front row right there. That
Go to work.
That's all cartel right
All
there.
of them, every single one of them. What are you doing, dude? You can't come back. And whoever with you better left yesterday. They supposed to be gone.
Puerto Rico, an unincorporated U.S. territory. Shout out to all the Puerto Ricans watching the show, working on this show,
I've been there.
that have downloaded the Underdog app
I played over there.
and used promo code GOOD.
Yeah.
It gets turned up out there.
What? All they do is foul and hack and cuss. Cuss every single play. Cussing and fuck you and beat you up and down and all that.
All of that.
Oh, so it's fun.
Yeah, it's love and fun.
It's fun.
Yeah. Till you cross a line where you fuck with one of the locals or you do something like that, you better have your team better love you. Your team better love you. If your team don't fuck with you like that, you on an island, literally.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Shout out Puerto Rico. And just as an update, he didn't grab the lollipop out of the fan's mouth. He snatched the lollipop out of his hand. Equally offensive, though, in Puerto Rican culture.
Did he eat it?
There's no update if he took the lollipop with him.
Just
It may
curious.
have fallen during the melee.
That's the more disrespectful. Take it out and just,
Yeah, give me that.
yeah. Watch out.
Sure, what do you think about Boogie crashing out like that during a Puerto Rican basketball game?
I mean, I've played in other countries too. You got to be very careful when you're not at home. I just, regardless of the situation, but I also think fans, they cross the line at times. I'm not saying what he did was right because of where he is or was, but I mean, fans, they do. They cross the line sometimes, and it makes you want to do that.
So what was the craziest experience you had playing overseas? Was anything similar to that?
Just they threw stuff on the court. Like they would warm up coins and just throw the coins on the court and try to hit us with it. But I didn't have those types of experiences with fans. So it's like if we were beating them by, 20, 30, they got mad and just started throwing stuff on the court.
But Shah, you played in different countries around the world. What's the most turned up country that you played in? You ever have a situation?
Turned up.
Close to that.
Lebanon.
My brother played in Lebanon. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Venezuela I almost died in Venezuela, so I guess I have to say that. But they was in like third world country stage then, so all of the people was looking for targets. You couldn't have shit.
How did you almost die in Venezuela, if you don't mind?
The locals set us up.
What happened?
Yeah, local teammates set us up. We was shining.
A local teammate. One of your
Our
teammates
teammate,
set you up.
yeah.
What did he do?
Shit, the taxi driver sent us into a little
What?
trap. They robbed us
Ooh,
at gunpoint.
Damn.
Yeah. Don't shoot.
Did you leave?
Right after.
God damn. It was your own teammates?
Yeah. And the other team told us.
Right.
Oh, the other team told you that
The
your
other team
teammates.
snitched on the teammates.
Damn. And have you seen any of those teammates?
Wow, that's
No, they in Venezuela. They was all local.
They
in
okay.
Venezuela.
They have not opted to leave the country.
Yeah, that's what they do to fit. They scare you out. If there's some players playing good,
local players.
local players that
Yeah.
are stars on all stars, you
Yeah.
come in, you're on the position, you start taking. He ain't playing no more. Rotation minutes go down.
No minutos.
Hey man, they having them conversations at the crib. What we need to do? I'm sitting Hector and them over there.
Joker and Baby Joker.
Yeah.
Mr. B, what do you think about Boogie crashing out like that on fans during a...
I mean, it happens. My experience overseas, I've seen, I went to Serbia, some hostile environments. It gets hostile in there. Fans can get a little out of control, but I mean, you're in their country, so, they're going to do anything that they can do to try to get you, out of your game or not be able to play. So I just hope this doesn't hurt Boogie, coming back, because, he does have a big face right now in media and things like that. So, I just hope that whatever he can just get through that and just, move on from it.
Most definitely. So just correlating this to your guys' own personal experience, what's the most upset that you've been on the
First of
court?
all,
Uh-oh.
if I'm a fan, why do I have rules? I'm in my area. Like the court is we don't go on the court, right? And you don't come in the stands. That's the only rule that we have, right? Unfortunately, if you say something to me that your boss don't like, you get fined. Me personally, this is what I'm supposed to do. I done practice what I'm gonna say to your black ass all week. You know what I mean?
With the middle fingers, though?
Yeah, what?
They do it all the time.
No, I mean, yeah.
But is there a certain code of
like, is
conduct that fans should adhere to? Like we have rules and regulations here in the United States.
Depending on what city you
What
in.
did the fan say? He had to say something else.
Look, just don't
That
spit.
fan did.
Yeah, just
Don't spit, don't throw shit.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
can say whatever you want.
If your mama ugly, your mama
What's
ugly.
the-
I mean,
what-
it's
Sticks and stones and break my bones with words that never hurt me.
Bullshit.
Never.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Ever
bullshit.
in life.
Yeah.
I'm about to say
Ever in life.
Shit, 'cause they be
Nothing
saying
you
stuff
can
to
say
Westbrook.
can hurt me. Nothing. You battle tested. Hey, what is a word?
No, man. If somebody talk about your wife or something.
They don't know her, and they don't know
I
him.
think
Like,
it
and they don't
depends
know
on
him.
what they say.
And what you gonna
And they don't
do?
know him. What you gonna do? They don't know him.
Oh, don't know. Oh.
What you gonna
Fans
do?
don't know your wife and your kids or nobody.
Unless
Why would
you-
I entertain that?
Unless she's OnlyFans, then we do.
Then we do. We both know her.
So for the people that say
We
stuff
know
about
your mom.
Westbrook's family, LeBron's family,
Yes.
that's okay, because you know, because
What,
you know.
but what are you
100%.
gonna do for somebody saying something? That's 5 seconds of your reaction to something that you can
Grab
control.
it like Boogie just tried to do.
You can control that. That's 5 seconds of an impulse that you can control. Man, he ain't talking to me like that. I ain't worried about him. He don't know me.
But again, as a fan, what is my actual job as a fan? Please don't say just go there and watch the game.
Heckle.
Don't go there and
Heckle.
watch the game and
Heckle.
enjoy you.
There's a way to heckle without being personal.
But that's
When you
not-
start
Whoa.
attacking-
But you don't have that when you walk in
When you
the-
start
Whoa.
attacking, like he said, it's happened so many times. You're attacking somebody's wife
Uh-huh.
or kids.
Yeah.
Like that's crossing the line.
Where is that?
We just saw it. We just saw it in hip hop.
But when you
we
walk
just
in,
saw it.
look, when you walk in the door, right? Is there a list of shit you can't say?
Nope.
Is there a, hey,
You
listen,
can-
when
you
you
can
sit
say
down,
it, but I also have a right
Right.
to
Also,
respond.
say
Which is
something
exactly
back.
what he
No,
did.
say something back. Everybody's rebuttals are so trash. That's what I don't like about people. You want to be funny? Let's be fucking funny. You want to fucking give me an insult? Let me give you one back.
Okay.
And then we're going to walk away. But somehow somebody's insult is stronger than mine, and I got a fucking problem with it, and I can't say nothing back, so I want to be mad.
well, the person that usually gets in trouble is the person that says something back. So,
Yes.
So
People on the
Yes.
court, yeah.
yeah. So I'm saying. So it's not that. No, what you said, yeah. But me now saying back, why I gotta be looked at as the bad person.
You must have didn't say something strong enough.
How much
I
you
did
get?
say something strong.
Eh,
So what I'm saying is,
You
but
did something strong. You went a
by
step
responding
further.
By
You
responding.
didn't say nothing back. You just went. You went, and you wanted to.
No, he said he responded by saying something back.
Right. So he went
No,
back.
he
to
went.
him.
He
Right,
went
right.
in there and put his hand in his face.
Right. The same thing he did, so he went like that. So okay,
Yeah,
I
so what's
respond. So
wrong
that's my
with that?
response. Okay,
But when you
Snatch
cross
the
the
lollipop out
cross
of
the
his hand.
line, snatch the lollipop.
I ain't
bro.
see the.
There's
I
a
ain't-
lollipop
Where's-
snatch crossing the
where's
line.
the lollipop?
There's a lollipop.
Nah,
snatch.
that's what-
Did we see him snatch?
So
the
wait, hold on.
I
So
think
the
it was a
lollipop,
video.
the
The
guy
guy in
that's
the
sitting.
stand.
Well, so the
guy
lollipop
sitting down.
sitting down.
The
Man,
guy
fuck
sitting
the
down.
lollipop.
Yeah.
Listen, you get paid $20 million and more
To chill the fuck out, bro.
to play a game. I gotta pay to watch you and root for my team.
We hate you.
If I can get a $40 to $20 million nigga upset to the point where he's engaged with me,
What?
and he's off his game,
What? We win.
we won, I won, I did my job. My money is worth it.
You're not getting me
I'm
off my
buying
game.
a jersey. I'm spending money to
You're not
be
getting me off my
me.
game.
You get paid $40 million to be a professional. If you can't be a professional and I can knock you off your rocker, cool.
You're not getting me off my game.
can I
I'm
ask
just
you a
saying,
question?
I'm going to respond though.
Oh, then respond.
Can I ask you
Okay,
a
and I'm gonna
question?
still go out there
And I'm
and
gonna keep poking
go
until
get my.
you get loose.
Can I ask y'all a
The
question?
same people that was poking at Russ, what we was doing? Triple double every night. Triple double every night. So you poking the wrong bear.
Who was Clipper Darrell?
A Clipper Darrell is a fan of the Los Angeles Clippers. Got into a situation
Is he
with
a
Staples
nice
Center
heckler?
security.
No.
He's friendly.
He's friendly.
It's friendly.
But he ain't over, but he could be.
Yeah, he can
The
go.
two-tone
He could
suit.
be. And he don't sit front row. He don't sit in the front where he could really be. He is really calm, but he one of them over there.
He's a Clipper.
He one of them, like proud.
Okay.
This is my city, my little town, my little hut. Shit. We can't wait till you come in town.
Yeah.
It's 7 of us.
Right.
Can't wait.
Right. But do we be cursing? Do we be?
We just gonna, you know how many times we
You
gonna say,
ugly.
you know how many times we gonna say nigga today?
Yeah, that's different.
This is our first time we get to say nigga all year because you here. Immediately, they are going to get him off his game.
Yeah, get me kicked out.
Immediately.
You know what I mean? If you don't like what I'm saying, just get me kicked out. That's all you got.
No, it's not about
You
no,
get me
I'm just
kicked
saying,
out.
like,
My job is to get you
if you're
kicked off
talking
your game.
If you're talking crazy, that doesn't mean I'm gonna just go crazy and get kicked out. I'm gonna say what I gotta say and get back to what I gotta do.
What happened though?
Right.
No, but this
Yeah,
but this
but
is
that-
overseas. We're talking about guys in the NBA.
No, we're talking about that.
Can we,
This
can
is
we see
overseas.
the video?
I mean,
again, please,
overseas.
Paolo,
I mean,
just
whatever.
just
I
for
get kicked out of
context.
game overseas. Whatever.
I'm trying to see when the lollipop gets snatched.
That wouldn't happen in
It's
America.
not this guy. It's the guy when
Oh,
he
I
put.
understand.
Yeah,
Right there, that guy right there. Look.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, he did. The guy did have something in his hand. He snatched his lollipop, girl. I'm just saying I think that's crossing the line. Everything else I'm fine with, but you can't snatch
Well, but here's
another
my
man's
thing.
lollipop.
So, but old boy stood up like he wanted to do something.
Yeah.
No, but
He did.
rewind it back. Come on.
You're in my space.
Did you miss the
Okay.
first 10 seconds
They
of the
wouldn't do
video?
that in America.
No, I saw that. But my point is, if you standing up like you want to do something, then
But you're standing
let's do
over
something.
me.
I'm standing in my seat. I can stand. I got.
What I'm supposed to be, I want to actually
Listen,
get hit
you
right.
see
If you gonna hit me, don't hit while I'm sitting
You see
down.
them white lines? I think they call it out of bounds.
He didn't. But Boogie
Well,
wasn't trying to hit him. Because if Boogie
We
wanted
don't
to
know
hit him,
what-
If Boogie
All
wanted
right,
to
see,
hit
now
him,
this
he
one
could have
right
hit
there.
him.
But if I'm
Let's
5'6" and that's Boogie and I'm in my chair, even if I stand up, it don't mean shit.
Look, see,
There was a lollipop.
he
No, it
started.
wasn't a lollipop.
He was holding something in his
was
hand.
doing this.
He had something in his other hand, girl. It appeared to.
It wasn't
So
the
you,
other guy. that
he
was
jumped.
just
He
standing
jumped
and
up
pulled
once
like-
Boogie's teammate grabbed him.
Pal, can you start from the top
Like he
one more
really,
time?
he really didn't want them problems.
This
They
dude-
just hostile
the
over
dude
there.
in the
That's
blue
their
shirt has
job,
something
though.
in his hand.
Their
Looks like a
job
lollipop.
is to do that.
Just go slow.
They got guys they sub in. Them dudes subbing in the game. That's Ronaldo right there.
Once we found out there was a
Yo, who's
lollipop,
that?
Is that Gallinari?
Yes,
That look like
yes,
Gallinari. I was
yes.
like, is that Gallinari?
It's cracking over there.
It is. Because that's ball. That's Ronaldo and Gallinari on the same team.
And they
Real
said-
McGee
That look like
also
old boy
on
in
that
the
team. I
corner over
believe
there,
Chris
too.
Duarte.
Hey, they
on
said
that-
Clark.
yeah, they said JaVale McGee playing too. Hey,
Chris
get out of
Duarte.
here.
Look,
It's
Steve
a
Hogan.
finger. That's 2 fingers.
That's something in his hand.
That's 2 fingers.
Yeah, that's 2 fingers. He's flipping him off.
It's not that guy. It's
Yeah.
the other
No.
guy in the
Cracking over there.
stands.
That's 2
Right now.
fingers.
When he's leaving out.
I don't know, girl.
Watch, I'll show you. Now fast forward all the way to the.
That would never
Yeah.
happen in America, in an NBA game. Like, do not.
Dude tried to slap.
That's why I said this is like whatever.
Yeah. Oh, the dude behind him could have choked him. Go to the end. Go
No
to the
black
end.
boogie.
I love it. Yeah, get him out, get him up out of here so we can win the game. My job is to win the game. I don't give a fuck what y'all feelings are.
Well, who won the game?
Huh?
A Boogie?
Obviously the other time.
Boogie's team did not win the game.
Yeah, see?
The Bayamon Vaqueros.
So this
he
guy
played for
right,
Bayamon?
this,
No,
this
Boogie
guy
played
right
for
here.
Bayamanos. The Guaymanos.
Was it this guy right here?
No, he's middle finger.
He ain't had nothing
They
in
were
his
in
mouth.
Bayamon. Oh, they in San
See,
Juan.
see, you
Oh,
had
he
nothing in his
fucking
mouth?
up. Oh, he in
Yeah,
the
it's
middle
in
of
his
San
mouth
Juan.
right there, whatever that is.
Oh, yeah, you don't. Oh, yeah, that's why they start throwing drinks on him. They home. The hood right
I would have
around
poured a
him.
drink too because I got the rail right there.
right
You can't
around
jump that high.
I'm getting up out of there.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about Malice in the Palace back in the day. We had Jermaine O'Neal on the show last week. But as players, do you guys enjoy these type of moments when fans try to cross those boundaries
I do.
and think that they can step to you?
I love it. I love the engagement, man. It's
I don't want to fight no fan. Man.
like, you know how impactful you have to be for them to focus on you? I'm pretty sure no bench players had this problem. They come there to root against you personally. Nobody hackling Caruso. Let's just be. He ain't even got to worry about none of this right here. They going after shit. They going after the people who can impact the game. So yeah, that's. If you got the fans rowdy like that, that's a good environment.
Yep.
You thrive for those. It's better than a low energy crowd like we see in some.
Because they really, it's confused admiration. They really love you because you're the threat to their happiness right now. We came here to win and cheer, but this motherfucker right here is getting on our nerves. He's scoring every time.
Boogie.
So if you start to entertain that and you start to be the like villain of it, you win both sides, because if you win the game, they hate you, but they actually love you for giving them a good game. Like it's all camaraderie at the end of the day, especially over there. They might really, really hate you, but then you walk through the mall, they're gonna take pictures with you. They're gonna, let me get your autograph and all of that. It ain't no real hate, because they love the entertainment.
Except when you have teammates that try to set you up
Yeah,
because they're salty.
I'm glad they didn't find out about that. They would probably did something to them, but it is what it is.
And we talked about this a little bit earlier, but is there certain words that should not be said that can trigger you? We talk about Westbrook being called Westbrick by fans and that being a triggering word from that seems a little
That's not
extreme.
triggering. No, that's not triggering.
But
Think
like
when
the
you talk
N-word or things
talk
like
about
that.
somebody's personal family. That's triggering. So
I think it depends on the person, right? Like they're saying that doesn't trigger them, but if you're going to be disrespectful and talk about my kids, my family, my wife, like for me personally, yeah, that's triggering.
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
No, I'm not saying that he doesn't love it.
No,
It's
I'm
still
saying I
trigger.
love that as trigger. I love triggers.
I do.
I mean,
think
but
that-
Trigger a motherfucker to death.
I mean, well, certain. I mean, you got to be careful. Some people don't play about their family.
Yes, you do.
You could pull the wrong. They'll be pulling that trigger.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. I got
That's cool,
I got
man.
20,000 fans in here.
Okay.
You do.
It's 20,000 verse 1. We good.
You also have extensive Blicky collection, as we saw in Untold City Guard streaming on Netflix.
El Blinky ain't in the game.
That's
at that
therapy.
moment in
Hey,
time.
motherfucker get that triggered, he needs therapy.
Yes.
You are too wound up, brother. Okay, a little wound up. You need
To
to
care
relax.
about your family.
You need to relax.
In
That
a
nigga
basketball
don't, he
game?
don't know your family.
I'm
He
just saying
don't
this.
know your family,
basketball
bro.
game?
He ain't never seen your family. He'll never see your family.
But he know I got the family. That's why he's
And
saying.
he know you gonna get upset. That's why you out here. Hey, listen. Hey, come here, y'all. We about to piss this nigga off. I got it. Y'all just cheer me on while I'm doing it.
I mean, you could piss me off, but that trigger gon', you know.
Yeah, but we
Hey,
win.
you might
we
get
win.
turned.
For
You
some
might get
We
people,
win.
there are some
No, but it's-
things,
I'm saying
though,
certain triggers-
that I'm personally not gonna allow to happen, and that is me having my wife's back, my husband's back, my kids.
That's a line in battle. When you go into battle and you put on them boots and you put that motherfucking, you take that gun and you say, yeah, we ready. You just signed up for war. You gonna tell them not to shoot me in the legs?
But that's what.
Hey,
I said.
look,
I
my
think it
legs are
depends on
off.
Who the person is.
My legs are off limits. Don't shoot my
for
legs.
you, it doesn't bother you. Like if they came for your wife, for your kids, or whatever, you like, all right, cool, that's what you're supposed to.
Because it's war. They're
For
gonna come
you,
for
it
me.
doesn't matter. For Brandon, it's totally different.
I mean, it's gonna turn me up.
For me,
so
it's
now
totally different.
I'm gonna
But it's
go
war.
crazy on you.
There's nothing different in war. It's
That ain't war. That's not war.
Yeah, it is. Huh? Your team versus my team. For them,
yes,
it is.
it's us against you.
That's not real war.
These are our pawns in the front. They the front line pawns. If the front line pawns can take your fucking queen,
I'm just
game over.
I'm just saying you could say something and then they can, you know, they can up their play too. I'm not saying
They
you
can,
gotta.
but they don't get that. But that's the point of being a fan.
No. I'm talking. Well,
Like Trae Young in New York.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm
You
saying.
think they hate him because they're winning?
But that's what I'm saying. They're starting. They're making him like if they just don't say nothing, he probably won't. You know,
what
go
I'm saying
crazy.
is,
But
like they hate him more because when they get to going, he gets to whooping off in the ass. So their trash talking to him don't affect him, and he doubles down. That's how you're supposed to be.
for sure,
Really,
You
they
don't
do
have to say nothing. You just kill them.
You're just
for
killing
sure,
him.
because he's killing them. Yeah, for sure.
But when you getting killed and we triggering you, now you got to respond and react defensively because you're not up to par with the battle. You losing the battle.
So if you're still playing and your wife is at the game and she walking through the crowd or whatever in the crowd, they know that's your wife, and they turn around, they disrespect her, call her whatever, touch her, spit on her.
Yeah, you see her up there. Yeah.
You see that. That doesn't trigger you.
No, that's what we got security.
So that doesn't trigger you.
That's security. That's they.
Still, stop that.
So I'm supposed to jump out the game and be unprofessional and go up there?
Squabble up.
And you saying who's doing this?
Yeah, my wife is up there.
fans.
Yeah. My wife is up there.
Heckling.
Yeah, heckling.
saying.
Somebody
Yeah,
spit on there and
we've
somebody
had
like to
that.
take off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just
We've
sit
had
up there
that.
and say security. Yeah,
We've
get
had
the fuck
that.
out of here.
We've had that.
Yeah.
We've
Get
had
the
that.
fuck out of here.
It's
I don't give a fuck
Go
about
run,
no
go
professional
run, go.
nothing.
That happened.
Go
Chris
run
Paul,
up there.
professional
Chris Paul
nothing.
had that.
Go
shot.
run
All
up
the
there.
fucked up.
So you just gonna leave your wife there?
No, that's what the team security.
Team
is
security gonna get
for.
knocked
That's what
out
they
too.
do. They go, they grab, they kick him out, they make sure she's all right. The fuck am I gonna do? Go up there and do what? Have team security pull him out,
do
take
what he
him, do the
supposed to
same
do.
goddamn job anyway?
Okay.
But the only thing that changes is I got suspended and lost millions.
Because you got out of your.
because I
Well,
went into the
I'm
crowd.
gonna get suspended then.
I'm not getting suspended for no spit.
So you saying if you spit on him?
You ain't get suspended for the spit. You get suspended because it's your wife.
But you talk. Yeah, we went from words to spit. Y'all tripping. That's that
all
movie
she
goalpost shit.
No, that's what she said first.
No.
She said spit. She said.
I did, but
She
but
did say
fans
that.
also do that.
But we
they
not-
throwing shit on him, food,
we talked.
shit,
We
everything
said,
else.
We said if they
Popcorn,
spit
it
or
looked
throw
like-
something that's different than words. This is sticks and stones break my bones. Words
that's
will
what
never.
she- no, that's what
words
she
will never
said,
hurt.
though.
No, but
No,
if
but
somebody
she said
throws
that.
beer on you or popcorn,
That's after all
That's
the shit
all the
happened.
altercation.
That's all.
But
That's
once
all
you-
That should already
when you
started.
leave
Yes.
the court though, is that open season on them?
I mean,
Are
they
you
do that
reacting
shit.
like
Yeah,
Boogie?
yeah.
Where?
Everybody crossed the
Wait,
line
where?
at this point.
When they
As he was
beer?
leaving the court, tossed the beer
I
on
mean,
him, threw
that's
some
but that's
popcorn.
coming now though, because you already did what you did. So now, my thing is, I'm about to get up out of there.
Man, in college when you played at Duke, bro, you felt the energy of the crowd heckling you.
But did you look at them and say, "You guys are nerds," and I'm not really fazed by that?
No, you knew it. Like he said, if they heckling you, you that nigga. If
No, for
somebody in
sure.
the crowd is trying to get you off your game, you should be like, oh, okay, I got one of them and a nigga guarding me. He's trying to get me off my game. And the ref, they looking for me to, I'm not gonna crash out.
So it's okay for them to talk reckless, but when we talk about basketball players and everything like that, we got to watch what we say.
What you talking about?
So like when we're talking about when we're talking about certain players about how they play and how they get sensitive and mad, but we gotta back off and be.
Because we're players.
But you saying I've never backed out. I've never gave a fuck about what these niggas think about what I say.
No, but I'm just saying in general.
Players on the court when we're battling? First of all, let's just be honest.
We're talking about-
when we're playing the game itself inside the lines, we say worse shit to each other than any fan can say.
Especially
And
when
it's
we get
fine.
hot. Especially when we get upset.
When we get up, it's fine.
This nigga might
As soon
be
as the
sick.
fan be like, "Oh, you having a horrible game, cry baby." Now you want to go all
Look a little
ape
fat.
shit over there. Oh, you
Look a
want to
little
go
fat
ape shit
over
over
there.
there.
But that
So you're
doesn't bother
saying
me.
players
That-
have
that
never
don't-
wanted
you
to
can-
fight each other on the court? For people saying shit?
Depends. He
Yes, come
gonna
on.
want to fight if he's playing bad. If he's busting my ass,
He not
then
gonna
fine.
risk. He not
don't
gonna try to
care.
risk that.
I think he
I've
did
never
11
seen
points
someone
in
go
22.
7 for 7 and then just go irate. 0 for 7 every time.
Yeah, it's a bad game. I want
Oh,
this to
every
be over
bad
with.
game, shit.
Get out
Everything
early.
you said matters.
Hell yeah, I'm out of here.
If you think I'm bullshitting, go to every Westbrook spaz out. I guarantee you,
was
none of it
bad.
was him playing well.
So what's
That's how it works. The reason we go at the fans is because they're entering into something that's not a part of it.
right, right.
One fan did do it to Westbrook when he flicked him off in Philly.
And Westbrook was losing. They was getting their ass
was
whooped.
like-
So that means you hear everything when you get your ass whooped.
Everything.
Yo,
You
son,
see everything.
what?
He crying. Who touched him? Man, I
Somebody in the 400, you
There
heard
it
all
is.
that. Yeah, you
Get
heard
the
all that.
binoculars out.
Yeah.
You like, this nigga up here is throwing a birdie at me.
Yeah,
I
we
see
sensitive
you.
when we get. We sensitive when we losing.
so? Good, you
Everybody
said you've heard worse
That's
stuff from
called
your
being a
teammates
sore loser, though.
during the game.
From your teammates,
like
the opponent.
losing.
What's the most reckless thing you've had a teammate say to you that was actually offensive to you that made you want to fight him?
I mean, your girl,
Other than past.
your girl to work. Where you think she was last night? You hear everything, bro. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Something that your teammate said to you?
No, like the opponents.
Oh, opposing team has told you that your girl is the work.
Yeah, your girl's to work. Excuse me.
Where you think she was at last
That's
night?
right, yeah.
I would hope in bed preparing to come before me.
You think that baby yours for real?
You better get a DNA test.
Come on, man. You know
I heard you asking questions.
He looked just like me, bro. What you mean? She named him Rashid.
Well, that's his fault then if
The
he.
home-
But that's his fault then if he.
Did she name him
That's on him.
Smash
then.
She
named
It
him
ain't-
Rashid,
It ain't no way I'm gonna be on the court and that baby ain't mine. So if I'm
Trying to tell you,
if you do that against me.
what little Rashid want for Christmas this year?
What little Rashid want?
At the free throw line. You good?
What little Rashid?
Well, I'm gonna send the packages this year, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Hi, if you believe it. Woo!
No, if he-
human.
That's
And you looking up there in
No,
the
that's
family
his fault.
section.
That's
You
his
looking at the
fault.
family section like.
That's his fault if he believe that, because that mean he ain't gonna get the DNA.
I don't know what that bitch
That's on
was.
him. He
I don't know
taking
what that
risk.
bitch was last week.
I'm not taking
either.
that risk.
Where was she at last week for real? She said she went on a girls' trip. Brick, free throw, brick, free throw, brick. As soon as you miss, I'm like, yeah, you can see it now, can't you? You see it? The ball don't lie.
Oh, don't lie. Niggas be screaming.
Hell yeah, nigga. Say whatever.
That's funny.
Sheryl, it's war. You sensitive about something? Let me find out, please.
Am I sensitive? about
Anybody?
No.
Anybody I'm
I'm
going up
pretty sure
against?
you heard worse
no,
from
no, no.
worse from
I'm not
girls on the
sensitive about
on the women on the court versus the fans.
something?
No.
The thing,
Y'all
but
just
the
play
thing about,
basketball?
but the thing about a player,
No,
but
no,
the
no.
thing about a
Y'all
player,
just
you
play
gotta be
basketball?
careful because that could just turn her up. I'm not saying like she's gonna go off on a player, but a fan is kind of like, yo, you can't even do what I do. That's why you kind of get sensitive. But for Sheryl, if I'm going against Sheryl as a woman, I'm trying to get at Sheryl. I got to be careful what I say. This is not
Yeah,
somebody
that
that.
is the player.
First of all, this
No,
is
the-
somebody
different.
who's like.
No, you know who you can talk to and who you can't.
I mean,
But we-
Not the. Not
I mean, I don't think it would be smart to talk to Sheryl Swoopes when she's in her like, oh.
Depends on how she.
If
depends on
she's
how
playing
got.
really
Well, I mean,
good.
well, four-time
if
NBA champ, I think you should be very careful.
But if she's
How you
playing
talk.
really
But if
good,
a player,
right?
if a player did it, that was very different.
Yeah, but we're
that's
talking
what
about
I'm saying.
fans. Like,
Because-
if you're playing really good,
talking about fans.
I actually
she got
wanted
25.
I wanted players to touch
25
the
at
rim,
half.
so.
Uh-huh.
Sheryl got
enjoyed
25
that.
at half.
Yeah.
The players I did.
Sheryl, you
For
got.
me, the fans are the fans cross the line at times, and that's the part where
That's it.
Yeah, if I'm a fan, I'm crossing the line. I really,
Yeah, Sheryl, look, you got 25 at
But
half.
I don't care.
So our job now is not to increase that to go to 50. As fans, we got to figure out how to cool you down.
How you
Well,
going? How?
By
No,
talking
fans-
crazy.
fans
25
said
at
a
half.
lot
I don't
of
give a
stuff.
fuck what no
We
one
haven't
said.
said nothing to her though. We haven't said a word to her. She just going crazy. Now all of a sudden she hearing some wild shit that got her at the free throw line. Like, what the hell?
Like, you never played in Boston.
No,
in the
no, no,
playoffs?
but what
Have
I-
you played
okay,
in Boston in the
never
playoffs?
happened.
Okay,
That never
okay,
happened.
Have you played in Cleveland in the
but she had
playoffs?
25 at half. So you think you saying something like that is gonna make me just be like, getting me off? I'm about to go crazier now.
What just
Yeah,
happened
like
to
that.
DeMarcus
Like that
Cousins?
doesn't like
What
when you're
just happened
losing.
to
It
the-
only hurts when you're losing.
What just happened to DeMarcus Cousins? We don't know how much he had,
was losing,
but
bro.
whatever he had, he's going up against Gallinari
Well, what
and
happened?
Ronaldo Balkman on the other side. Do you think that his team needs him to play?
But what happened though?
It don't matter.
Rashad, the thing is,
But that's what I'm saying. No, it's all about time.
certain
No, it's all about the
things
timing of the
trigger
game.
That's what we.
That's the point.
That's the point.
All we can see is a video. Like, we don't know.
Right, we
what
don't know
he
nothing.
We
did.
know nobody was
He-
touched.
Okay, can I ask you
Nobody
this?
was touched. You
but
did
he,
not touch
But
him.
he could have said something that Boogie was like, "Oh hell no."
Okay, now
He won.
Now,
I win.
okay. Think about you're on the road. This is not home. You're on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think those fans feel they won by getting him kicked out or lost?
Oh no, I'm sure they feel like they won.
So they're gonna say what it don't
have
matter.
a
It don't
chance
matter
when
what
that
he said.
happens.
If it got
They have a chance.
if it
They have a
got
whole
irritated and he left, I don't care.
But listen, but for some people, that shit doesn't matter if you won or lost. Like, if you're disrespecting me to a point where I'm like, I'm not cool with that, then I don't give a shit if I get kicked out.
But you're not
don't
restoring
either.
your respect. You're
But
not,
that is, we don't
you're not
either. That's-
gaining.
I know you don't.
You're not
That's
gaining
fair.
respect
Yeah, right.
though, Sheryl.
And I don't care either.
You're not gaining
Right.
respect.
But whose respect
By
am I
doing
trying
what
to
you-
gain?
You're
I'm
saying
not trying
someone
to, but I'm not trying to gain nobody's
But you're saying
respect.
someone disrespected you. So if someone disrespects you and you don't get no respect back, and what is the gain? You're not gaining
But
respect by
I'm not
attacking.
trying to gain your respect. But I'm also not going to sit here as a person, as a human being, and let you personally disrespect me. I don't know what. Clearly, the man said something. It was more than just, I'm going to grab my nuts.
But it
and all
sounds
that.
like
It
you're
was
saying
more
I'm
than that.
demanding respect. You're saying I demand respect.
No,
No.
no, what I'm
No.
no, you can go, but you're just going too far.
Hey, can-
Sometimes you go too far.
Can I ask
People
you
can
something?
go too far with shit.
Yes.
Can I ask
God
you?
damn.
Can I ask you something?
Like, we just sit there and just let somebody just stump on them. That's not what the work
Constantly.
do. The work just let you just stump on them. Well, you want to come this weekend? You want to come? That's what the work do. You're not finna just keep. I'm not a weekend.
You're paying her to do
like,
that.
Shit.
That's what you paid her to do. You paid her to come
Like,
here and
at
stomp
one
on
point,
you.
you gotta wake up and be like, okay,
If she's doing it for free, you fucking up. You supposed
So what
to pay her to do
happened?
that.
So he got kicked out of this game for some words. What you think happens the next road trip? What do you think those fans are going to
And
do?
they see
What
it,
you
and they
think
heard
those
it.
fans going to
And
do?
they heard
You think they want him to come in and have 50 and 20? No, we're going to
was
talk
the-
the same shit.
Same
That
shit.
whole front row
Hell
going to get to
yeah.
doing the same
And they
thing.
called each other.
They get him
Hey, what'd
kicked
you
out.
say? What'd you say to
that's
him?
fine, and it's not gonna work the next time. Okay, you got me. Okay, but I'll let y'all know. Like, yo, back. Everybody know now.
Well, we
Like-
know. We know if
That
we
we
talking,
say
you're going to get kicked
We
out.
know we can get him over
No,
there.
that's what we do know.
No,
we know.
no,
we
you do
keep
know-
going.
no,
you're going to
you
get
do know
kicked out.
that, yo, you can. Okay, all right. I mean,
You remember the Philadelphia with
I don't think DeMarcus Cousins gonna get kicked out again.
Remember IT's situation?
When the fan wanted a Frosty?
Yeah, but what he was saying. You know,
Wait, huh?
remember what he was saying to him, talking shit to him, and he went in the stand about the little Frosty.
I just wanted
And I
a Frosty.
said, yeah, every road trip, they're going to do that now. And that's what happened. They started personally fucking with him, getting him all fucked up.
Because we identified.
He already identified that's a problem for him.
He can't stand it. That's why they kept doing the Westbrook shit.
You can't say
Once
this.
he said something, it's just like
Yeah,
holding
but I
on
don't
line.
think calling Westbrook
that-
didn't
yeah,
trigger
talk-
him.
It triggered him.
It was him. It triggered him.
It triggered
He
him.
responded to it publicly like, yo, I need y'all to respect me. Put some respect on my name. My family's in the crowd. Y'all disrespecting me.
Guess
But
what?
that was they put a price on his head right
Okay,
there.
well that's okay. I don't know. Basketball,
I don't know
I don't
about
care.
that.
I just said the personal stuff. Now
Yeah.
basketball, you could call me whatever, say whatever. But I
that's
don't care
his
about that.
name.
I'm talking about the other stuff.
He talking
And
about respecting his name and his legacy. It's his
I mean,
name.
top 75.
So why would he have a problem?
I mean, I don't know why. I
Because
don't
it's
know.
personal, it's a trigger. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If it's a trigger, and I know I could say this, and you gonna lose your mind,
Right.
bro.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's
Sean,
not a good
they,
enough.
They were
I
saying
mean,
more
no, I
than
hear what
just
you're saying. That's
Westbrook.
just not a good
Yeah,
enough.
They were saying more than just Westbrook.
But he came out
But
and
he-
addressed that specifically.
He said he doesn't like his last name played
Oh.
with. His
Yeah,
kids
he
got to
didn't
hear
like
that.
that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, he's a different.
I mean, that's him.
Why? What's different? What?
But, I'm saying
no,
it's different.
Don't
no,
hit me
no,
with the.
no,
Don't hit me with the just. It's just him. We
No,
talking.
what
It
I'm
is
saying
him.
is that's just for
It's
him.
different things
Are
trigger
y'all
different
speaking for
people.
everybody,
So- no,
or y'all
so
just speaking?
No,
Different
I
things,
said different things trigger different people.
And as a
that
fan,
triggered him.
And as a fan, what is my job to do? Figure out what triggers
that
you.
is your job.
No, that's
Just
fine.
figure
But
out the
that's
trigger.
not,
But
that's not enough.
my job as a person, not a basketball player, my job as a person is to address things that I feel are disrespectful to me.
Yes.
And as a fan, watching the game, at the game, and if you're gonna address it and get out the game, I'm gonna make sure you address me then. As a fan, I paid my ticket to hackle you, so my team has a better chance of winning. That's my job. Cleveland in the playoffs. You think they was nice?
That's where the.
They found all the dirt on the whole team. We sitting there reading boards like,
Didn't know that. Didn't know that either.
your wife used to be a stripper? Like we sitting there whispering because people got like we sitting there finding out everything about our teammates.
Man,
It was to the point where we ain't even nobody won't even look in the stand no more. We just
they got
looking
some. We know they got.
we just
some.
looking right in the game. We stopped looking.
You said when y'all played against Cleveland?
Yeah.
And what happened?
Ruthless.
And what happened?
Whooped our ass.
Huh?
They whooped our ass.
Okay. Yeah, they
To
whooped
the
our
point,
ass, right?
yeah. To the point we couldn't even couldn't even go to
So
the we couldn't even go.
all the heckling didn't do anything.
It
You
did.
just-
They
you
was
just
heckling
turned them
us.
up to where they whooped y'all ass.
They was heckling us.
I gotta be careful.
He was in Cleveland.
We
This
was
team was
in
getting
Cleveland.
Fans was heckling them.
Their
bro.
team was heckling.
We
Gilbert.
couldn't even.
Didn't he just say?
No, they was heckling
They
us.
heckling them so they don't should turn up. They making sure y'all.
We couldn't even
motherfuckers
go to the-
trash.
they-
y'all this, y'all that. That's
It was a
what
Ritz. It was a Ritz
man.
It was a Ritz hotel next to the mall.
Cleveland.
Cleveland,
We
man.
couldn't even go in the mall. We couldn't even go in the mall
Why could you go in the mall?
Because the fans.
because the
heckling.
fans was there.
Oh, Cleveland did it to you.
Just random
I thought he-
300
they did.
fans just sitting at there to make sure we can't go in the Georgia. So we were stuck to the hotel.
All right, well, let's keep this thing moving because we got a special
Playoff
guest.
experience.
Got a very special guest making his first appearance in the arena. A businessman who's built several multi-billion-dollar companies, current founder and CEO of Fanatics, former partner with the 76ers before he sold his stake in the team in 2022 to focus entirely on Fanatics. He's also a board member on the Fanatics Charitable Foundation and serves as a co-chair of the social justice organization Reform Alliance. here to discuss the FanticsFest going down in New York City from June 20th to 22nd at the Jacob Javits Convention Center. Entrepreneur, philanthropist, and social justice advocate Michael Rubin. Welcome to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop.
What's happening, guys? Good to be here. And definitely the most thorough introduction of me ever known.
We keep it thorough, brother. We keep it thorough around here. So
I love it.
We're going to get to FanticsFest shortly. But first, we wanted to ask you about likely #1 overall pick in the upcoming draft. Cooper Flagg signed a multi-year trading card and memorabilia deal with Fanatics earlier this year. So what did you see in Cooper Flagg that led to Fanatics creating this partnership with them?
Yeah, look, at Fanatics, we're lucky to work with the best athletes in the world. We actually have about 5,000 athletes that we work with today that we have a huge investment in. And, you know, Cooper's as special as anybody. So, you know, I remember when I flew out to France to get Victor Wembanyama signed. And, you know, a few years later, it's like, you know, we're just so focused on Cooper. And obviously, Victor's turned into everything we'd hoped he'd been and more. And we're so bullish on that. I think with Cooper, we're just, you know, we think he's a special person that we can build with. And one of the great things about our trading card and collectibles business, different than where I started, because everyone thinks of me you think about me for the merch business, right? That's where I started. You think about me for the NBA store. You think of me for Fanatics. You think of me where I started. And the great thing is that was all about the all-stars, right? Memorabilia, it was about how do you have the biggest stars in the world. In the trading card business, it's really about starting with people much younger in their career, when they're rookies, when they're in college. And so we've had a deal with Cooper for several years. We've seen him do incredible. And, you know, we're honored to work with him. And we actually have, you know, Cooper, we have Dylan, we have Ace, all exclusive Fanatics athletes. And, you know, we're honored to have that. And, you know, we're also launching NBA for the first time 10-1 of this year. So, you know, Topps is obviously the most iconic brand in trading cards, but to bring the NBA and then have Cooper, Ace, Dylan, all as our partners, something we're super excited about.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about Cooper Flagg. NBA draft just a few weeks away. Flagg moving close to becoming the first overall selection to the Dallas Mavs. Duke freshman's been in the spotlight since high school. While Coach K no longer running the show at Duke, he's synonymous with the program. He made it clear that he thinks Flagg is the greatest freshman player in Duke history. So I wanted you to take a listen to what Coach K said recently in a Sirius XM radio appearance.
Grant is the best player to ever play at Duke. Leitner, the most accomplished. And we've had great players. Cooper, in his freshman year, is definitely the best freshman that has ever played. I work for the NBA now, and I was just at their Board of Governors meetings, and one of the talks I had with a couple owners was, you know, we need to have those American stars. You know, we have a lot of international stars. You know, I think 5 of the last 6 MVPs, or maybe 6 out of 6. And Cooper can be that. Cooper can be that. He will. His future. Hopefully, he stays hungry and healthy. His future will be incredible.
So we heard what Coach K had to say, but Michael, I want to ask you, do you believe Cooper Flagg is the next great American basketball star?
Look, we are super bullish on Cooper. We are a big believer. We have thought for a long time he was going to be the #1 pick in the draft, and I think nothing has changed. Again, it's one of the funnest things for me is being on these journeys with these guys since they've been young people. So to see, you know, the journey, like I said, we've been on with Victor, now to be going through it with Cooper, we're really bullish. We think he's going to be a giant star in the NBA, and you know, we're investing in him that way, and we're going to make him a big part of Fanatics and everything that we do, not only in the collectibles business, but across the entire business.
All right, so I want to open up to the couch too quickly. Do you guys agree with Coach K saying that Cooper Flagg is the next great American basketball star?
American?
The couch is quiet.
Yeah.
They're composing their thoughts.
Wait, American or white American?
American, Gil.
American.
Red states, blue states, the United States, Gil. Redfish, blue.
Next in,
What?
huh?
The USA. Yeah, the USA.
The U.S.
The next
American.
star.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how many years do we have? Like, how many?
No, we don't have no years.
No, what I'm saying is that this year's draft, last year's draft, I mean, there's so many young next stars. I don't know.
I'm
what
caught
you
up.
think.
I'm still caught up
Flagg
on
will
the-
be the next great.
Not next
American
star,
star.
next great American star.
I'm caught up on the freshman.
Great star.
The best freshman at Duke. That's why I'm still stuck there.
Rashad, are you not agreeing with Coach K saying he's the best freshman in Duke history?
I'm going to just say yes, he's the next great American star.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can't say anything.
no,
'cause
it's-
we
I'm
can't
gonna say I
nothing.
don't know. 'Cause
No,
I don't know.
no. Okay, the confusion is this. We have the old stars that's getting out, and then we have upcoming stars that like Jason Tatum and all of them. They're American too, right?
They're already stars, though.
So
Bill, you
what is the
can't put
category? The last
Next,
3 years?
So not currently a
The
star,
next.
but
The
next in line to be a great American star.
The next.
You're talking about stars already in Jason Tatum, Olympian gold medalist.
Yeah. They're
That's the
already
whole
stars.
setup. It sets him up.
Okay, so what is LaMelo Ball?
He should be a star.
I don't
So
know.
is he a star yet, or is it next coming?
It's a coming
Put a date on
star.
it.
It's a
The
coming
last 3
star.
years. Yes.
Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, can you make it clearer for me?
I mean, I think the question was pretty open-ended. It allows us to go with absolutely yes. We said, will he be a big American star in the future? I think that's a definite yes.
yes. Okay.
I don't think we qualified. Will he be the #1 star? Will he be the greatest ever? We said, is he going to be a great star? I think that's an obvious yes.
Yes.
You know, that's the way we look at it. So,
You-
can we all hold
Future.
hands? Can we all hold hands and do a kumbaya?
Next
Yes, he's
great
gonna
American
be-
star.
he's-
Next representing the future.
Oh, he's
not
the future.
currently.
We didn't,
a star.
we didn't say
Okay.
the
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
We didn't say the only. We
Yeah.
said, will he be a great star in the future?
Future. Yes. See, why couldn't you say it like him? Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a billionaire yet. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Listen, Sharon is Karen. Let's go. It's all one big
It's the wording.
I heard
Yes,
heard
I agree
that
too.
on there.
Well, my
sure.
question is, what makes him a star? Potentially.
He's already a star.
What makes-
Marketability.
Makes you-
Yeah, he's so in theory, what he's saying is he's already a superstar. He has already a superstar name.
So it's influence.
So his influence is big, like superstar.
That's the
game.
that's the main metric is how influential can you be in the future?
Or how?
You know, I think you guys really want to know, is he going to live up to the expectations that people have for him?
Yeah.
Because
Oh, okay.
the expectations are really big. So that's the real question
Okay.
asked differently is will Cooper Flagg live up to the high expectations that people have for him? Because you watch the hype around Victor Wembanyama. It was huge. I'd say he's living up to that hype. I mean, do you
very
guys
much
agree with
so.
that or not?
Yep.
Without question.
Training with Shaolin monks, chess in New York, in addition to
Without
everything he's doing.
Well,
on basketball court.
also the question too is, did we give him time?
Well, of course he's gonna have time.
By the way,
We did-
Victor's got a lot, but he's already killing it. He's only, he's 2 years in.
2 years in.
So-
So wasn't it like the second year where we were like,
No, we did that the first year.
we saw it.
no,
we saw it the
we
first.
questioned him in summer league. It was a lot of
When
criticism.
he got dunked on.
Yeah, he got a lot of criticism. It was up until his like 5th or 6th game where he started to show like, okay, this could be something.
Like he was running up for defensive player of the year.
But the hype was that
Okay.
would Victor Wembanyama be in 5-10 years the next giant NBA player? And people said he would. And I think he's living up to that hype.
Yeah.
He's on that
Now the
trajectory
question
for
is-
sure.
Right now, the question is for Cooper, will he live up to the hype? And by the way, I'm gonna say I think he will.
It's betting on it.
Now let me also say one more thing.
No,
All
yes,
of you know a
I
lot
mean,
more about basketball than me.
Yes. I agree too. Yes.
Okay, Gil, we have agreement. So we asked the chat if they believe that Cooper Flagg is the next great American basketball star. 52% of the chat said no. 48% say yes. We're also asking the chat, will Flagg live up to the hype? That's very close, Sheryl, for our chat. No haters.
They're Duke. You know, a lot of people don't like Duke. You just got to
it's
throw
a
that.
Duke
You got to.
thing.
Right, so it sounds like it's just like a political answer. It sounds like we have politics the best. The country agrees on nothing.
But yeah, we did ask the chat if Flagg will live up to the hype. Currently, 60% of the chat thinks that he will live up to the hype.
Right, you see that? I'm a good interviewer. I came up with the
you-
question
no,
that you guys
no,
really
so-
want to know. I got
Yeah,
60% on
Live up
board.
to
I'm
the hype,
winning.
but he won't be the next superstar.
Again, our chat, very, very fine people, but
That's why you can't ask 2 fucking questions at one time. They torn. They're trying to figure out which one's gonna help them to win. They're trying to win.
all right, but let's shift this over, talk a little bit about FanaticsFest. So last year, FanaticsFest 2024, over 70,000 fans showed up across 3 days at various activations where they got to meet their favorite athletes across the entire sports world. So tickets for this year's event are moving fast. Be sure to grab those now at FanaticsFest.com. But how do you plan to top last year's FanaticsFest in 2025?
Well, I'm a masochist, so I got to figure out how to do that always. I mean, this is something we do. It's a complete passion project for me. I mean, obviously, my day job is running our, fan gear business, our collectibles business, and our gaming business. And for us, what I realized, and I'm sure you guys all know this, there wasn't a sports festival at all for sports fans. So it was like, I've been to 100 music festivals. I've been to South by Southwest. I've been to Comic-Con. You're like, why do you not have this in sports? I think the answer was there was no one that could convene everyone together. And it was easy for us because we work with 1,000 sports properties and 5,000 athletes. It was easy for us to be the company to come in to get the NFL and the NBA and baseball and hockey and WWE and UFC to come for our initial launch. And then this year we've added on to it Premier League, FIFA, USTA, Nike, Dick's Sporting Goods. But then you've got so many incredible, athletes that come to us. So you say, how do you hype? How do you kind of beat it? Last year we had 70,000 people show up for the first time, and I had no idea what was going to happen. Like, I'm telling you, because I'm always blunt. 3 weeks before, I'm like, how the fuck did I get myself into this thing? Like, what am I, like, this is so hard. But then you're like, do I want to do this or not? Then you're like, but like, I'm not a quitter. Like, of course, like, we got to give it everything we have, and maybe it will work, maybe it won't. And then, like, I remember I didn't sleep for like 2 or 3 days because I can go pretty, I got a pretty good endurance when I need to. And the second night I was like, holy shit, like, this is, there is so many people and there's so many happy faces and generations of families coming together. And you see people, you watch Tom Brady throwing passes to kids, and you watch KD and Ant just coming back with the Olympus with their gold medals, to talking about what they did. And you realize, like, man, this was right on. So we actually lost $15 million doing it the first year, but who cares? It was like, in this grand scheme of things, it was marketing for Fanatics. And, we're just honored to do it. So this year, we think we're going to have double the amount of people. This year, for the first time, LeBron James is coming this year. Victor Wembanyama is coming back from his trip. He'll be there. James Harden's coming. Cat's coming for the first time. KD's coming back. We moved it from August until June so we could get all of the current NFL players. So, like, C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Russell Wilson, Micah Parsons, Tyreek Hill, C.D. Lamb. I mean, there's so many. I think there's 50 current NFL players coming. Kevin Hart, he's definitely not an athlete. Drewski, definitely not an athlete. Jay-Z, Travis Scott. So it's just like a great collection of people coming together. And it's so fun. And then we created this Fanatics Games this year. We've got 100 people, 50 athletes, celebrities, and artists, and 50 fans competing against each other for $1 million cash prize for the best athlete, $500,000 Ferrari for the second prize, and a $250,000 LeBron James 2003 trading card for the third prize. So that's going to be fun. A lot of people talking a lot of shit about who's going to leave with a bag of money this year.
Oh, wow. Lost 15 mil last year,
Nothing.
That was, because shit, I ain't never seen 15 mil, but I respect it. But you just named off a long list.
It's marketing for Fanatics. It's like, we want to invest. Like, it's our responsibility to invest in the fan. And I wasn't trying to say that in a brag way. More like it wasn't a good business. It was more like something we were really excited to give back to the fan.
Right. Oh no, we get it. And these things take time. Obviously, 2025 is going to build on 2024. But you just named off an impressive list of athletes. Curious, are you in a group chat with any of these athletes? And what is that like for you as a sports fan to be able to hit these dudes and get them to respond to you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the amount of shit that we talk to each other on a daily basis is insane. I just hung out with James Harden. He was telling me how he's going to win the games. Michael Parsons called me a bunch of times saying, I'm taking that bag home. I hear KD's training for, I love the shit. Listen, I'm a shit talker. Like, my friends and I, we just kind of abuse each other every day, and we just make fun of each other for a living. So, like, I'm generally, I'm in for the banter. So, yeah, it's like, look, I have the greatest job in the world. I do this 17 hours a day. It's all I do. It's the only thing I'm good at. I love it. And, to work around such incredible, athletes, artists, celebrities, sports fans, owners who, like, help me, give me the opportunity to build Fanatics. It's the greatest honor in the world, and I'm learning from them every day, and we're trying to give back every day. And so it's a blast.
So if you lose a bet, do you own up to your bet? Like, if I beat you in tennis, you gonna bunny hop until I say stop?
Bet by better than anybody. No one pays the bets better than me. And you know what? That's obviously a well-known story. Meek and I were in the Bahamas together 4 years ago, and he says to me, let's play tennis together. I'm like, there's only two sports I have a chance of beating you in, skiing and tennis. And by the way, because I'm a shitty-ass athlete, we all know the pitch that I put, and by the way, the reason I put my pitch online was I want to show people you could actually be a shitty athlete. And by the way, I barely made it out of high school. I got a 780 combined on my SATs, barely graduated high school, went to college for 6 weeks. Like, I like to show people you can suck at everything and be good at something else. That's me in business. So that was actually why I posted that video of me. I actually had good pictures I didn't post. Like, I like to make fun of myself. And so Meek and I were in the Bahamas. He's like, yo, let's go play tennis. He's like, I'm going to whip you. I'm like, Meek, you're not that good of an athlete to start with. Like, stop talking shit. And so we went to play. I'm like, what do you want to play for? Like, I figure he's gonna want to bet me money, and I really don't want to take money from my friends. I'm like, let's do push-ups. We do 100 push-ups. He's like, let's do bunny hops. I'm like, what's a bunny hop? He gets up, he shows me. Well, the tennis match was crazy because we're both so fucking bad. It was like a game of like who was worse, and somehow I just it went back and forth on game, set, point so many times, and somehow I won. And then I'm talking so much shit. So like growing up around like Meek's been my brother forever. Like, you know, people think everyone always talks about like when I helped Meek get out of prison when he should have been there. People talk about that, like when we met, like Meek's been my boy since 2014. Like we've been out hundreds of times before. So when he's like showing me, here's how you do the bunny hop, and he's bunny hopping around, like I don't think anything of it. So I put it on my social media. And then like, years later, people want to make a big deal out of it. But you gotta be thick-skinned. The better you do, people come for you. I know in my heart, Meek knows in his heart, like I'm always trying to help people do good. So, sometimes you wish you had a filter of someone to say, hey, you shouldn't post that for this reason. But the reality is like, I've done bunny hops with Meek 500 times. And by the way, he's put me on Instagram, but nobody cares when he makes me do bunny hops.
Hey, I just wanna make sure you pay your bet. That's all. Shit,
listen,
bunny hopping or not.
I thought I was thinking bunny hop abuse right now. So it was actually good. It was actually a good learning story. But I will say, I pay my bets faster than anybody. I've delivered a lot of bags of money because I'm a shitty athlete. You want to bet with me because I generally don't care, and I'm generally not. It's generally good odds to bet against me.
Shit. Yeah, we need to bet more then.
I hear you. Like, how do I get this good? Where's this guy right now? I got a couple athletic skills I want to bet him in. I did say Meek and I do have a bet in skiing that he's now scared to do with me. He said, I've never skied. I'll beat you in skiing. As I want to take you up that lift and see you beat me in skiing. That's the only sport I really have a chance in.
Well, I ask you this then, Mike. All right, who you got winning the championship?
Well, I see the shirt that's being worn there. I'm with the popular group. I love Tyrese Halliburton. He's great. I think he's such a good dude. I like a couple guys on the team personally. I'm on OKC. How about you guys?
Who you got, Sheryl?
OKC.
Sheryl, spit it out. Don't be shy.
I said OKC, Mike.
I didn't hear you.
Who you got, B?
My
I
bad.
did.
I got OKC in 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got OKC in 6.
Okay,
as
see,
well.
I just bought the T-shirt because I thought it was cool. But
I like that T-shirt. By the way.
It's kind of
T-shirt.
weird because it looked like he got a ball and chain.
he has my little league championship
Like you got a
ring
ball and chain around his neck.
in his mouth.
I'm going Pacers in 7.
Maybe the only ring that he said.
Pacers in 7.
All right, hold on. What do you want to bet?
Pacers in 7.
What do you want?
I ain't got nothing. I'm broke, baby. I got
I'll give,
nothing.
I'll give you some good odds on that one.
We can bet shit. Let's do the 100 push-ups. I like the
Yeah, I was
push-ups.
just say, you know what? The push-ups is a good bet. I like that. How about you take Pacers, I take OKC. Next time we see each other, we do 2 sets of 50.
Hopefully it's at the white party, man, because
Yeah.
we're all white just for you today. Say this America, we back.
Rashad did wear his finest whites in hopes of getting an invite to the white party.
Shit, I'm trying to win my way into the fucking roster. Shit.
Oh, by the way, that is one part.
I'll pull the cars up too, Mike.
I just want to say one thing, that you got to really be you have to have true athletic skills to be able to have the endurance to make it through that party. That party starts at 5 p.m. It goes till 6 a.m. And by the way, there were the biggest it ever was 380 people, and there were still 250 people there at 5 a.m. So and everyone gets there right when it starts. It's a blast. We do it every other year now. So I alternate it with, we have the Reform Alliance casino night that Jay and Meek and myself and Robert do together. That's this year. And then next year we're back July 4th for the white party. But you got to know, you got to be training for that. Like you have to build up your endurance. You have to be strong. You have to be at the top of your athletic career. Like that's not an easy thing to be able to make it through. I thought we broke Brady the first year. I remember seeing him at 4:30 in the morning. He's like, I'm not built for this. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah. Sound like the type of party I've been waiting to be invited to.
My whole life for.
Yeah, you know how bored I am out here. They don't got the type of parties out here, Mike.
Our parties end a little earlier.
Listen, I'm not as young as I used to be, but when I commit, I commit. Like I used to have like 20 days a year. Now I'm down to like 5 to 8, but those 5 to 8 days, I'm gonna make them count, baby.
Yes, sir.
So, Michael,
I'm
so
gonna
you
make
aren't physically here with us in the arena, but I can tell you that Gil is a huge sports memorabilia fan. We have jerseys all over the set. He has a bunch more that we haven't even found room. We have 4. He got some he don't even know.
In that drawer
He got
over there,
an
it was like
autographed
10 of them.
Obama chair from a Wizards game.
Shit.
But who are some of the biggest sports memorabilia collectors that you know?
Well, first let me say, my favorite piece. So I've really got into collecting memorabilia. The favorite piece of memorabilia, which is not what you asked me, that I have is we've all talked about what a horrible athlete I am. And actually the miracle of me winning that tennis game, by the way. But we had a football game on the beach that you guys probably saw a couple years ago, right before the white party. And CJ Sherrod said to me, he drew me this route. He said, here's exactly what to do. And I went out, I ran the route perfectly, turned around, he freaking threw me a bullet. I caught the ball right on OBJ. And like everyone was stunned because you expect me to drop it to hit me in the head, it to be terrible. And I caught the ball. It was the only athletic thing I've ever done in my life. And CJ signed that ball. I said, Rube, the only athletic thing you've ever done. That's my proudest piece of memorabilia.
Oh, that's fire.
I want to start with that. That's a good piece of memorabilia. It's actually sitting on my desk here in the office. But look, memorabilia is so amazing because you memorialize the great things that happen. And that's like, honestly, like it's one of the reasons we started FanticsFest. It's like you bring together all these great people, these great sports. We're going to have the biggest memorabilia museum ever assembled. Next week, there's $350 million of memorabilia between trading cards. And by the way, like we have Brady's 28-3 jersey from his comeback. That's insane. You know, I think we have some of his rings there from his Super Bowl rings. Like, it's like, look, I ain't shit without you guys. You're the people that do all the, you're the guys that do all the work. You're putting on the court, on the ice, on the field, doing what you do. For me, I'm lucky to be around, you know, incredibly athletic people, the opposite of me, that gives me the ability to build, you know, Fanatics the way I do. But I, you know, like I love to celebrate and memorialize the things that amazing, you know, athletes like you guys have done. And hopefully I just get like a 1% rub off for one day, get a teeny bit of hand-eye coordination.
So I mentioned earlier he recently had an ownership stake in the Sixers before selling that. Still a Sixers fan, I imagine. When you look at the squad this year, dealing with injuries, the situation with Embiid, not being able to make the playoffs, how do you feel about the Sixers missing the playoffs this year and the state of the franchise moving forward?
Yeah, well, missing the playoffs this year sucks. There's no other way to say it. Look, I think when you own an NBA team, you have one responsibility to that city, which is to do everything you can to win a championship. And each year that you don't win, I think you failed. And I think, you know, when you own a sports team, you better take that responsibility that seriously. So, you know, for me, like, I love the experience of, you know, kind of being the third largest owner of the Sixers until 2022 and everything I learned. It was so in the way of me building Fanatics. So it was way past the time of me needing to move on and put all of my effort into Fanatics, which is what I just love more than anything doing. But I think that, look, the Sixers, you know, Joel is obviously, you know, an incredible basketball player. You know, they had as much injury issues as you can. I'm just looking forward to them getting healthy. Like, look, you hate to say it, but I'm just looking forward to these guys getting healthy and doing what they're capable of doing. I will say one last thing, and I think all of you will appreciate this. We're all in the sports business. That takes the fandom out of it. Like, I root for my friends. I root for the people I'm invested in. Like, I can't say I bleed Sixers. The day I sold my ownership stake, I think the way I feel about the team is probably, I'm just not as big. Like, I'm rooting for the people I'm invested in. I'm rooting for Cooper Flagg. I'm rooting for Victor Wembanyama. Like, there are a lot of games I can't even go to because I'm so conflicted for the people. Like, you know, I'm at the Knicks, Celtics, you know, and I'm friends with people on the Knicks, and I'm, you know, friends with Jason Tatum. I'm sitting there, you know, with Wick there and Robert Kraft. I'm just like, I just, you know, kind of root for good games and my friends to do well. So I know it seems lame as shit, but it's almost the truth. And I know each of you know the second you went from one team to another, you're like, fuck my old team, and, you know, I don't care about my new team.
Hell yeah.
Right. So, I mean, with all respect to the Sixers, I love them, but, like, I can't say I'm, you know, bleeding the way I used to bleed because, you know, I'm in the business of working with the greatest, you know, athletes of the planet, the greatest sports in the world, and, you know, I root for my friends. The Sixers are my friends, so I root for them, but it's not like not like the third largest donor anymore, so I'm sweating every detail and having FaceTimes with Joe and James and talking about the different stuff. Like I'm sweating every detail of FanaticsFest right now.
Most definitely. So, born in Philly, like you mentioned, you went to Villanova for about 6 good weeks before you made your next move, your best move, became a full-time entrepreneur. So, anytime Villanova is mentioned these days, the New York Knicks come to mind with that Nova Knicks crew, Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges. So, as someone who went to Villanova, how close are the Knicks to being a title team, in your opinion?
Well, let me say first, it's wrong to associate me with Villanova because the 6 weeks I was there, I was in the parking lot buying and selling footwear, closeouts, and going to the bars in the nighttime. So I'd say I was actually attending school for 6 weeks, but I'm not sure that I actually attended the classes. They dug up my report card a few years ago, and I think I had a 1.89 average for the short period of time that I was there. Which
That's
is,
solid.
That's better than me.
Shit,
I was consistent with my SATs at least. You know, look, I don't know. I mean, the thing that the Knicks have, and you guys tell me, because again, you guys know like not 100 times more, but probably 1 billion times more about basketball than I know. I think they have great chemistry, and chemistry matters. Like the one thing we all know, how many times have we seen a team of superstars come together and it doesn't work? Because there's, hey, there's only one ball and it's hard to get people to work together. And the amount of bullshit that we've all been part of trying to get people to work together, that it seems obvious on paper, but then you get to the reality of what's on paper doesn't always work in reality. I think what the Knicks have is a low ego team that works pretty well together. I think it's pretty special. So I'll tell you, like, for a guy who barely met out of high school, I bet on my work ethic and my will and my ability to bring people together over a lot of other things. I think the Knicks have a lot of those traits. So I think the Knicks can go places based on the chemistry and teamwork they have. But what do you guys think?
Shad, you are our resident Knicks fan here on the couch for the time being until free agency kicks off in a couple of weeks. You think the Knicks are close to winning a title?
What are you doing?
Relax. I think we're definitely close.
Got that soul glow.
Yeah, I'm trying to glow over here. I think with the new improvements that we're going to make, we're going to be in position, I didn't think we would get rid of Cat so easily, but I think with certain people being up for trade discussions, we can make some moves, and those moves are going to be contingent whether or not I'm still a Knicks fan or not.
I got to say one thing. You got to be happy because if you look where the Knicks were a couple years ago, people thought they were always a team that, was a joke. And they pulled that together. Leon Rose, all those guys, they've done a great job. You got to give mad respect to what they've done. And by the way, Knicks fans are for fucking real. Like I was last weekend, I was at the Champions League Finals sitting with the owner of PSG. And I put out on my Instagram, like, U.S. sports fans got to step it up. And I think I had like 500 Knicks fans trying to kill me for just accusing them of not being good enough fans because I was giving the PSG and Inter Milan fans props for being such crazy soccer fans, and I think the Knicks fans were ready to kill me. Those fans are serious, man. You guys are great fans.
So, in addition to the work you've done with the NBA, you partnered with Jay-Z, Patriots owner Robert Kraft, and others to co-found and co-chair the Reform Alliance, which focuses on social justice advocacy. So how did the creation of the Reform Alliance come about?
It's actually, look, a lot of people know the story, but it's kind of insane because obviously Meek had been a really good friend of mine before that November day of 2017. And I remember like it was yesterday, he called me and said, hey, Rube, can you come to court with me on Monday? I'm like, why? He's like, I want you to see what happens when a black person goes to court. And like Meek has had moments where you just feel like he's being dramatic and you don't know. And so I'm like, you really need me to come? He's like, yeah, I need you to come. I didn't think anything of it. I canceled. I canceled my meetings. I lived 20 minutes. I came to court. And it was it was probably one of the most surreal moments of my life and one of the most smart things he could have possibly done because I came in there and I'm like, Meek, this is a probation hearing because you popped a wheelie on a motorcycle and broke up a fight in the airport. There's $162.50 ticket. Like, you got nothing to worry about. And like, I thought this would be 15 minutes, like 2 hours in the court hearing, they give us like an intermission for a bathroom break. And I see all these cops walking and sheriffs walking. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I come back and literally they asked me, hey, can you speak for me? I'm like, sure. I get up and I talk about my relationship with him. And I talked about my mom who, was in her 70s at that point and the relationship she had with Meek and the relationship that Meek had with my daughter, and how many times he's been out with my friends and around with me with everybody. Like, how well I know this guy's like, look, he's not perfect. Like, he grew up in a very different situation than I. I grew up very middle class. He didn't grow up that way. And, and the judge wouldn't even make eye contact with me. And obviously everyone knows the story. She sentenced him 2 to 4 years. I looked at Meek and his mom and I said, I'm not stopping until I get you out of prison, which, by the way, I had no idea how hard it was to get a black person out of prison for not doing anything. Man, is that shit more complicated than I thought. We spent the next 5.5 months between Jay-Z and Rock Nation, Desiree Perez, and myself working to get him out of prison. And there was something that happened right at the end where the current governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, who was the then Attorney General, said to me, Michael, this can't be about your rich, famous friend, Meek Mill. This needs to be about the everyday Meek Mills. You got to do something about this. And that's when just like my entrepreneurial instincts kicked in. I said, you're right. These probation laws and parole laws are completely fucked. They're entrapping people in the system. Like, we got to fix we can't go person by person. We need to fix the underlying laws. And so, I went to Jay and to Meek and to Robert, and we said, like, hey, we got to start a criminal justice organization to fix the probation and parole laws. And we started that in 2000 and early 2019. And we basically funded most of it ourselves from the board members. And we've now got 850,000 people either out or on a pathway out of probation and parole that would have still been stuck in the system if we not changed the laws. Like an example is, in California, there used to be, not limits. Take Pennsylvania, there weren't limits on how long you'd be on probation and parole. So a guy like Meek had already been on probation for 10 years, and he had like another 10 or 12 years left. And that means you get a speeding ticket, they can put you in jail. You pop a wheel on a motorcycle, they can put you in jail. And it was trapping him in the system. So now we're putting, caps on how long you can be on probation and parole. It's now 1 year for a misdemeanor and 2 years for a felony. In California, it's like an amazing, innovation in the law. And it keeps communities safer, because if you put someone in prison that shouldn't be in prison, you're actually hurting, you're making the community less safe, because then bad shit happens. So it's been an honor to have started it. I still spend a lot of time. We're doing this big casino night, which is why I'm not doing the white party this year, in September. And like, it's, I'm kind of blown away by the progress we've had so far, and I think we're just getting started. So that's kind of the background of how we got into it.
Well, Michael, we appreciate you. Now you got
Did you say 850,000 people?
850,000 people that were on probation and on parole that today are either out or on a pathway to be out because of the laws that we've changed. We've changed 20 bills I think it's 12 states. It might be 11 states. Either 11 or 12 states. We've changed 20 bills, and we're fixing the underlying system. And it's like, it's amazing because there's so much stupidity. And I'm sure you guys have friends that have been affected by this. You have, look, there is a law that says if you're on probation, you can't be around somebody who has a felony conviction. Well, if you grow up in an underprivileged area, how many people do you know in your community that have a conviction for a felony? Probably a lot of people, okay? So that's like, they can put you in prison or jail for anything. And so changing the laws and getting the stupidity out of the system has been, and it's that honestly, it just took like a business person, an entrepreneur to say, like, I'm not accepting this stupid shit. And that's what we've done. And we've made a ton of progress. And, we got a great organization. We got 60 or 70 full-time people led by Jessica Jackson. We got a great board, and like, we're unrelenting on this. And she's great. The team's great. Jay's great. The rest of the board members are great. And 850,000 people so far. And I'll tell you the greatest story.
That's crazy.
When we came up with the idea, I said you needed a numerical goal to come up with how many people were going to get out of the system. And somebody who I don't want to throw under the bus, who's very well known, who I have a ton of respect for, said 10,000 people is the right number. I'm like, 10,000? I'm like, there's 4.5 million people on probation and parole. There should probably be 1.5 million to 2 million people. So we should probably get 2.5 to 3 million people out of the system. They said 10,000, you'll definitely hit the goal. I'm like, fuck that, 1 million. They said, you're never going to hit the goal. I'm like, great, we'll die trying, who cares? And so we just we went like this, like put the 1 million number out, and that's how we came out with it. And there was no thought other than there's 2.5, 3 million people that shouldn't be in the system. So we came up with that big bold goal, and we've got 850,000 so far. So it just tells you, you just got to go for it. No different than FanticsFest or Reform. We just like, I'm very good at going for shit, and I failed many times, and I don't really give a shit. And a lot of times, we accomplish pretty bold things that no one would have ever tried for. But we're proud of the work we've done so far. A lot more to do.
Congratulations.
So, Mike, I have a question. If you don't go to court with Meek, is your perspective different?
Not like 99% different, 100% different. I would have never believed all the things he said to me over the years. Next time you see me, just ask him, what are all the things you said to Rube between 2014 and 2017? He'd tell me all these crazy stories, like the judge is crazy. You know, she asked me and Nikki to write her into a song. And you're like, it almost sounds like it's out of like a, a movie that can't be true. So like, I'd say he told me all these things, but I think I either didn't believe it because it seemed so unbelievable, or I didn't hear him and compute it. And so had I not gone to court that day, would I have given him money to help? Absolutely, as in the charity. Would I have said, like, hey, I'll help people with this issue because it's important to him? I would have financially supported. I would have never spent 1 second. That changed my life. Being in that courtroom, seeing that witch of a judge, and she was a witch, okay? Janice Brinkley sentenced him to 2 to 4 years for popping a wheel on a motorcycle. She had no regard for his life, for his family's life. How about this, a guy who his kid lived in New Jersey, 10 minutes from where he lived? I listened to him one time. He called the probation officer. He said, hey, would I be allowed to go pick my kid up from school in New Jersey? She's like, if you go there, I'll put you in jail. Don't you dare leave. She's flipping out. I heard the call myself. So, the reality is, had I not been in that courtroom, had I not seen this stuff firsthand, I would have believed none of it. I would have believed that 99% of people who were in prison or jail were there for the right reasons. What you learn there is, look, the government wins 95% of the cases, and people don't have the resources to fight them. So, are there a lot of people in jail and prison who belong to be there? Absolutely. When someone commits a real crime, do I believe they should be in jail? Absolutely. Or prison? Absolutely. But do I believe that we want to help rehabilitate people and that we shouldn't entrap people in a probation and parole system that just puts people back in jail, prison that shouldn't be? I'll give you the craziest number. 25% of people that go to prison or jail each year is because of technical probation or parole violation. They didn't commit a crime. That makes 0 sense. There's no logic to it. So yes, Sheryl, I had to see it myself to believe it, and I had not seen it myself, I wouldn't have believed shit. No one can explain that. You have to see it with your own 2 eyes.
Well, Michael, we appreciate you. We know you got a lot going on, man. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to pull up the Gills Arena presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. And again, as a reminder, FanaticsFest going down in New York City from June 20th to 22nd at the Jacob Javits Convention Center. Be sure to get your tickets right now, FanaticsFest.com.
100 push-ups, Mike. Let's
100
go.
push-ups on the way.
Paces and
By
7,
the way,
baby.
your mind should be 50 and 50. Yours need to be straight because I just feel like you're much better athletic.
I agree. And it's on the spot, too. It's on the spot, wherever we're at.
Let me tell you what happened last time I made this bet, and we'll close on this. I was sitting next to Gronk at the Tyson Jake Paul fight, and he said to me, I guarantee you Mike Tyson's going to win. I said, I love Mike. He's a great guy. I guarantee you Jake Paul is going to win. And we made the bet. It's 30 push-ups, 3 sets of 3. I can call him anytime. So I just remember when I see him at FanaticsFest, he's doing the first 30 on the spot. You're going to see that go viral. That's my first 30. He's gonna deliver.
Mike, we appreciate you pulling up to Gills Arena, man, and look forward to FanaticsFest in New York coming up in the next few weeks.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Much love. I look forward to seeing you guys live soon.
Yes, sir.
So we talked about the Knicks earlier. Let's get back into that. So after firing Tom Thibodeau last week, the New York Knicks are in search of a new head coach. Well, yesterday it was reported by ESPN's Brian Windhorst that there is mutual interest between the Knicks and current Mavs head coach Jason Kidd. So in order for this to move forward, the Knicks have to ask the Mavs for approval to interview Kidd, which the Mavs could deny. So it's now being reported by Mark Stein that the Knicks have asked to speak with Kidd and are awaiting an answer from the Mavs. They got the New York Daily News to go with this headline. Kidd in play. Shout out to all the house party fans out there. So Kidd has a strong relationship with Knicks captain Jalen Brunson from Brunson's days with the Mavs to start his career. Also to be noted that after a finals appearance last season, Kidd signed an extension with Dallas that takes him through the 26-27 season. Any move to a different team will require some compensation. Kidd was actually dealt from the Nets to the Bucks for 2 second-round picks back in 2014. So this has some precedent. But when you're looking at this situation, should the Mavs let the Knicks interview Jason Kidd for their head coaching position?
Yeah, I think so if you're moving into a different direction. I mean, you already let Luka go.
So you think Mavs say, hey, Mike, if you don't want to be here, you can go to Explore?
Yeah, I mean, it's just an interview. But, I mean, who knows what the future is with the Mavericks? I mean, it's going to be a lot of pressure on AD next year anyway. So, I mean, I don't know. You know, you don't have Kyrie. Kyrie's probably going to be out for half the season. So, I mean,
Does
yeah.
Cooper Flagg make a difference in that?
Not without Kyrie. I still think you need Kyrie. And I don't even know who Cooper Flagg is going to be yet, so I haven't seen him play. So that's a question mark too.
Facts.
So, Shad, obviously a Knicks fan for this season. Should the Mavs let the Knicks interview Jason Kidd for their head coaching position?
Of course. It's Jason Kidd.
So if you're the Mavs, you got Kidd at extension through 2027, you'll let him explore some other opportunities and options?
Has Jason Kidd did well with coaching bigs? Right? So you look at, he's a guard coach, he's a point guard, he likes dealing with guards. When he was in Milwaukee, was it a guard heavy?
Giannis.
Giannis was young though.
Yeah, Giannis, yeah, Chris Middleton.
Chris and who was over there? Sessions? Was that?
No, that was Eric Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
Right?
Yeah, so I mean he's used to dealing with guards, and I think that if he goes up and deals with Brunson, it could be, you know, one of those things where you bring Mike Malone down to Dallas, and you let Malone deal with AD, and you try to rekindle that. But then you're looking at Cooper, like, do you have a coach that can develop a young star into what he's supposed to be? So if you're looking at Dallas, they're looking at him like being Dirk Nowitzki. This is a Dirk play. So you would need somebody that can actually bring him into that greatness. Someone has seen it before. I think Mike Malone probably more.
Yo, but if they do interview J. Kidd, right? And I mean, I don't know how Giannis and J. Kidd's relationship was, and I know, you know, Giannis is going to be out there in trade talks. If they do get J. Kidd, do you think that would be a possibility too? Or I mean, but I don't know their relationship though. So
I think years have passed, and they, like Kenya was saying, that they put him through the ringer when he was first there. So it's a possibility that it could be a lot of respect because he became what he was putting them through. So, you know, New York is one of those things where it can be a good thing for Jason Kidd because he played in New York. He understands it.
No, for sure.
You know, but then again, it's like you got Mark Jackson. So if I had to choose between the two, I'm picking Mark.
So you're picking Mark Jackson over J. Kidd?
Yeah.
But let's look at this from the Mavs standpoint. Obviously, you feel like you've got your coach to at least take you to the next couple of years, made the finals last season. Now you got the Knicks coming through asking if they can holler. Are you just going to be cool with that? Yeah, like
As a team,
as the Mavs in this situation.
the Mavs didn't hire Jason Kidd,
But he is their head coach. They gave him an extension.
but he didn't hire them. That was all Mark Cuban.
So that's the conversation.
I mean, so that they don't have any loyalty to him, just like they didn't have any loyalty to Luka. Just like any new businessman that comes in, he wipes shop. So, and within the next 2-3 years, all of Mark Cuban's people will be removed from the organization. That's how it works. It's worked in every business. Like, this is how your team functioned when you had them. This is my team. I got to see everything that's going on. So all these people are in place still. And then eventually they'll start being removed for his friends and family and the people that trust him and the people that gonna report directly to him.
Yeah.
Right at this moment in time, all these are moles to Mark Cuban. So if you're Jason Kidd, you really have to consider taking the job because unless you believe you will be there when your contract is up.
Yeah.
If you don't think you're going to be there when your contract is up, you might as well try to take a job now and secure that job because they're hiring you. This one is you got 1-2 years, then you probably won't have any more years in the league. So, you know, this is now
Do what's best.
Yeah.
this is do what's best for you. This is not. This has nothing to do with we gonna win a championship. You can win a championship, and your ass gonna be out of there because
Fact, 'cause I don't
whatever
like
they got in plan is already in plan.
You're not my guy.
Yeah,
And
I don't really
what-
rock with. They the Mike Malone energy that they got when they basically was like, Mike, we was gonna get rid of you whether you won or not.
And you talk about J. Kidd, not necessarily a fan of the Luka trade. We saw his response in that press conference afterward, blindsided just like everybody else was. So, Gil, to your point, you got Mark Cuban guys, but if you're a smart businessman, you saw how Cuban built up that franchise, right? You wouldn't want to utilize some of that?
Has it ever worked in any business? No.
That's what I said with the Bucks. When the Bucks won it, it was under a different owner. Now it's a new owner. The next owner up is going to try to, I could do it better.
Put my imprint on it and say, well, this is a
how I
Cuban
do it.
guy.
This is my shit now. Like, I'm the man.
King Kong does not have anything on me.
But you
I
think,
mean, because any new businessman, they got their way of doing things.
When you when you're buying another company, it's not. You have to literally strip it down and redesign it to
What you like,
Yep.
you keep what you like, and you get rid of what you don't want.
Absolutely.
a fact.
I like the floor. It was nice, marble. Everything else can go.
it's like when a new coach come in every time.
Yeah.
He's not going to have the same 3 assistant coaches. I don't know them.
Even the trainer nigga, man. Hey, listen, man, I don't like the way you stretching my nigga. I don't like
Yeah.
that shit ain't even working, bro.
No, that's facts.
I don't like it.
That's facts.
You better be friends with the goddamn
that was
owner for you to
Van
keep
Gundy.
your
They had-
job.
You talk about this Mavs organization not afraid to make what many would think are crazy moves in trading Luka. So historically, anytime these coach trades go down, it's for second-round picks. Exception Doc Rivers. When he went to the Clippers, I believe the Celtics got a first-round pick.
Wait, what?
When Doc Rivers, I believe, went to the Clippers, the Celtics got a first-round pick in exchange for his services.
Oh, for his service.
Yeah. So
Wait, so you can trade picks for a coach?
when a coach is under contract, there's compensation that involves.
Oh, it's
the
cat.
situation.
So they usually do cash considerations.
The second-round picks usually are given.
Oh,
So the Knicks, but
shit.
now the Mavs are in a position of leverage, right? We know you want our guy.
They can send
We got him under
players?
contract.
For a coach?
Yes.
Yeah, you can trade coach.
To leverage the.
That doesn't even have anything
to
to
leverage
do-
the,
That don't
the
even make
contract.
sense.
No, it's the contract. He's saying.
Wow.
He's
It's
under
leverage,
contract.
he's
for
under
2 more
contract.
seasons.
That money's there, just like a player.
Oh, because the coaches are getting.
Getting paid. That's the money on the
can't just-
contract.
you can't
so
just
you could
take
add
it.
But that's not money on a salary cap.
Books.
But you can't just take our guy. We got him under contract. You got to break bread.
Got to
and
give us something for the coach.
But I'm giving you a future pick
Sometimes
for,
more than once.
for a coach.
If he's a good coach.
That's crazy. I never knew. Did
It
that
makes
just start? Or
sense.
was that?
No, this
it
has been
makes
going on for a
sense.
while.
Oh.
If they really want the coach, they're going to try to do some dumb shit.
Like so, when J.K. with the Nets went to the Bucks, they got 2 second-round picks.
That's crazy.
Who did he become?
What? We will look that up for you.
Said
too.
Nets and the Bucks. He was with the Nets with KG.
Now,
and
so
them.
who was the Bucks pick that came in for J. Kidd?
That was Matt Connaughton.
Pat Connaughton.
Pat.
Connaughton.
And who else? I don't know. Okay.
For Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
Schofield?
That's insane.
That shit sound crazy.
Wow. Yeah, we'll take him for them.
Yeah. Just give me the guy that ain't gonna play. on Friday.
Yeah, we can cut him. we good.
Okay.
Sheesh.
All right.
That shakes shit up a little bit. Now remember I said motherfuckers can go.
And back in
A lot of
the
motherfuckers
day,
go.
Knicks got $1 million in a first-round pick for Pat Riley to go to the Heat.
And who did that turn into?
Maybe you.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Back in the day.
Steve Kerr, man, package that nigga already.
Ooh,
Man, why y'all still got him over there? Get him out of here.
Wow.
Man, package deal.
So is there any limits? Know what I'm saying? Is there any like let's say a future lottery pick? Can they do that?
A first-round pick. I don't know if they can put protections in place, but that's generally how these things work, right?
Boston.
You get second-round picks, or like in Doc Rivers' case, it was a first-round pick that was exchanged. Pat Riley's case, same thing. $1 million, and take this first-round pick.
Okay.
That's insane.
All right.
Did not know that.
From Butler,
Was it Georgia?
Butler?
Georgia State? Or?
Georgia, was it something like that? Georgia State, yeah.
Let me double-check.
The kid and his dad was the coach.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, let me double-check.
Okay.
Coaches on the
So,
chopping
there's
block.
some thinkings that got to go on with Kidd, to see where his future is. It really.
Especially, we talked about Mike Malone being, his roots and his connection to New York being an option for the Knicks, but he is available now. So, could you
They
see?
want Kidd.
But I'm saying, could you see the Mavs pulling some shenanigans and being like, all right, we'll trade Kidd over
for Mike Malone.
Bringing him up.
Straight up trade. They
But
about
not
to
even
trade
a trade. You
coach
just
for
sign
coach.
Malone.
They're about to do a coach for coach trade.
No, that's it. They know
Sign and trade.
They trade the coach there, get a player, and then sign Mike as a free agent.
Yeah, sign him as a best available free agent
Best
coaches.
available, man. Got that man off the
called-
chopping block. LaQuint Dickey, man. They got the best free agents down there. Shit.
I like Mike Malone Dallas though.
Me too.
Got a big, got two big.
Playoff. Hey, him and Joker.
Cause I don't know how he gonna get Cat
Nah.
to be a poor man
Like
Joker.
I said, they're gonna have to change some things up there.
And do you guys think Jason Kidd would be a good fit for the Knicks as their head coach? Got a relationship with Jalen Brunson already.
I mean, yeah. He's a point guard. He's a point guard coach.
Well, you gotta get somebody in there that Rick respect, cause his dad. You ain't gonna listen to Rick. It's gonna be some shit.
Shit. Will Rick be on that front row?
No, yeah, he's gonna be in the front row.
Oh yeah, that's why J Kidd. If he already got a rapport with J Kidd, they done had the conversation. We need Jay to come up.
I don't even know why they even beating around the bush to go get a coach. Listen, Brunson Sr. is the coach. Rick is the coach. His son took what kind of pay cut for this franchise? What's the point even having a regular coach come in? Just hire him and just, you know what I mean? You done paid for it with having Brunson take that big ass pay cut. That's where you won.
Yes.
You want so much money in him signing. His dad convinced him this is what you might as well do and see if he can get the job done. Because all that's going to happen is you bring somebody in that's going to be undermining in
Yep.
anyway.
Yeah, keep their control.
They say there are some players though that don't
They don't
like
like
Brunson.
Cool.
Like Rick, they don't like. Yeah, some of the guys that's not playing.
Cool. Yeah.
The ones that aren't playing.
Yeah, or not getting the ball as much. But that's a team thing,
that.
right?
You think that? Oh, yeah, that's a decision they're gonna have to make then.
It depends on who's complaining. Who the players that's complaining about having Rick
Who do you
do
think?
it too much?
Who do you think though?
$200 million saved. I don't give a fuck who
Don't
talking.
matter who's saying what.
Y'all
He
can go.
took a play cut.
Right.
You can go.
And what you doing? Who is complaining? You putting up 30? Better buckle up, nigga. I'll tell you when we get there.
Did J Kidd and Rick play together?
I think so. Rick played for New York?
Yeah, he played in
Yeah,
New
he
York.
played for New York. He played with Johns.
Who was on the last
Start. 99?
ECF team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 99, 2000.
Yeah.
Spreewell and them.
Yeah, it was 99, 2000, then 2001 as well.
So they never crossed paths?
Do not think so.
Oh, okay.
You'll figure it out. I hope they give Mark Jackson a chance, though. A chance.
Just somewhere.
Well, just to be in the coaching hunt.
Somewhere.
If you put him in the coaching hunt, somebody else would be like, well, he's up. Well, y'all
Yeah.
considering him?
Yeah.
You know, let him go do some interviews. I
would
don't know.
you like-
I don't even know if he still want to do it. But
Where would you like to see him though? Like what team?
Like, he hasn't even
Mark
been an
Jackson?
assistant coach either, so that's weird.
He's been out for a minute.
I know.
He should get a
Brooklyn?
chance.
I mean, if it's Brooklyn, to start.
Might go somewhere where
Fresh start. Bring in your system and your mind into what you want these kids to show that basketball is all about. I think just give them opportunity. Shit.
So we asked the chat, should the Knicks hire Jason Kidd? 66% of the chat says yes. We do have a lot of Knicks fans in this chat.
Do we?
They'd be supportive. Yeah, people on the East Coast. You know they ain't doing shit right now. It's 418.
Motherfuckers wasn't Knicks fans when I was a Boston fan. It was all Lakers. Now we switch over. It's Knicks. I like it.
Knicks for clicks, as they say. But let's keep this thing moving. Today's podcast is sponsored by Row. Women find confidence sexy and they can sense it. So don't let your worries about staying hard in the bedroom get in the way. Luckily, Row Sparks is here to help. Rose Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who want more control over their erections. They hit the bloodstream faster because they dissolve under the tongue, and getting hard faster means having more sex. After they dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. Rose stays active in your system up to 36 hours, so you can go back to back to back or be ready for the morning after. Row connects guys with a medical provider 100% online, so there's no awkward conversation with in-person providers. If approved, treatment ships directly to their door. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off their first Sparks order on a recurring plan. Connect with a provider at row.co/arena to find out if prescription Row are right for you. That's ro.co/arena for $15 off your first order. So we talked NBA Finals yesterday. We're going to keep the conversation going today. Game 3 slated for Wednesday in Indiana. Let's talk a little bit about some key role players on the Thunder side. So Alex Caruso, been an important piece for the Thunder during their playoff run. Caruso didn't score 20 points in the game all season, has done so twice in the playoffs, including the Thunder's Game 2 win. Through 2 games in the finals, Caruso is averaging 16 points and 5 rebounds in nearly 28 minutes per game. So after OKC's Game 2 win, Chet Holmgren had high praise for what the 30-year-old vet brings to this Thunder squad.
Chet, how would you explain or describe Caruso's energy levels for a 30-year-old man?
Don't disrespect our GOAT like that, man. He's one of those guys who you know is going to bring it every single night, whether he's 22 or 30. It doesn't matter. He's going to bring it, and I feel like as a collective we really feed off of that, and then also his ability to kind of process things that are happening out there and relay it and communicate it to everybody else is really important for us. So, hopefully that doesn't fade away as the years go on.
Caruso only 30 years old. Shout out Chet. As a reminder, he likes Jamaican food. Do with that information what you will. But talking about Caruso, 30 years old, won a championship with the Lakers in what many consider to be the hardest championship in NBA history in the bubble back in 2020. Made an all-defensive team when he was with the Bulls, was traded for Josh Giddey, obviously. So how important has Caruso been on both sides of the ball for the Thunder this postseason, Mr. B?
Well, he's been very important. The fact that, like you said, his experience of winning with the Lakers in 2020, and, I think he does all the little things, for the team that other guys don't do. So, him being able to contain, Siakam in these first 2 games has been definitely a big difference. I know it's 1-1 now, but if he can, find a way to just keep him contained, Caruso, he could be playing into, not Finals MVP, but he could definitely. He's definitely going to be a big part of this, and just like he was with the Lakers. And it just seems like certain guys that play with Bron when they win a championship, they go off to him, KCP, those role players around. Whatever they learn from him, it seems like they take it with them.
Championship pedigree, if you will, it rubs off on them. And goes other places. So let's move to this side of the couch, Sheryl. When you look at Alex Caruso, obviously not the biggest name in this finals, but been a very integral part of what the Thunder been able to do, helping them even the series. Came through with a 20-piece in Game 2. So just his impact and contribution to the Thunders during this playoff run.
Yeah, I think role players are important, and especially, at home, but especially on the road. If he's able to continue to do the things in Indiana that he's done in the first 2 games, I agree with Brandon. I think he's a huge part. He will be a huge part of OKC being able to win it all. And regardless of the age, I think there are things that he brings that you can't teach. Just the effort, every single possession, he's always ready. Doesn't matter who he's guarding, he steps up to the challenge. I think he's been really big for OKC so far in the finals.
I know I've talked to Caruso before. You weren't the biggest fan of his championship experience, but only player on the Thunder roster that has a championship. Like I said, made an all-defensive team previously. Seen him guard Joker in series early in this playoffs, but just being able to be thrown out there and what he's doing on the offensive side. What do you think about Caruso's contributions to the Thunder during this playoff run, especially these last 2 finals games?
I mean, what he learned from being on that Laker team young, right? He's done, changed his game. He shoots better. He backdoors. Like, he does a lot of things that he's learned over the years, right? You can yell out championship experience, but it's just basketball experience. Knowledge, right? When we had him, corner guy who couldn't shoot, hustled. He's gotten better on his shot. Defense turned up. He's just a wiser player now, right? The experience that he's bringing is his experience, right? He went over to Chicago. He was a different player than we had here in the Lakers. He looked better over there.
He did.
Right? So that was a very, very smart, trade for them because he's impacting this team to win a championship. Right? He's just not a guy on the court that's here and there playing minutes. He's impacting the game. He is a reason that if they do win a championship, he is a reason for that championship. Right? Scoring 20 points or, scoring 5. He's impactful, on the floor, and he's done an amazing job.
Rashad, we're talking about Alex Caruso, his impact with the Thunder so far, averaging close to 16 points per game through these 2 NBA Finals games, coming off the 20-piece in Game 2. Let's break it down.
What's the question?
What do you think about Caruso's impact on the Thunder during this playoff run, especially in the NBA Finals?
Well, it's obvious that Mr. Intangibles should get enough credit that he's been discredited for. We talk about pedigree. You talk about experience. You talk about young players trying to figure out where to get experience and wisdom from, and you go to Caruso. Caruso is a guy, he's going to tell you, look, man, you got to go here, you got to prepare here and do this, right? But he's also going to go out there and show you. And I think that's the number one thing for them is to see their vet go out there and show them what we would consider garbage minutes and show them into valuable time. Mm-hmm. You're going in for a specific mission to go in and take down Joker. Fuck him up. Embrace that role. It's an intangibles. You see, the FanticsFest is not going to be for guys like Caruso. So that's why I'm creating, the Corner Boy Fest for guys like Caruso. The guys that's going to get created, like the Neemharts and the Neesmiths. Because that's what the pedigree of a team is built on, the intangibles. The stars are always going to be the star, but you need them corner niggas to make sure the corner cool when you come around the corner.
Mm-hmm. And we talked earlier before the final started about Thunder, Pacers team, but more so even the Thunder, just having the blueprint or recipe of what a team's supposed to look like. You got an MVP in SGA, got another All-NBA level player in Jalen Williams, got Chet, obviously, who many would consider to be the third option on that team, but got a very, very strong supporting cast, deep bench. They roll with 9 to 10 guys throughout this postseason, but having somebody like that at your disposal, again, a player who made an all-defensive team recently, coming off the bench and able to help defensive mantra, top-rated defense in the league.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about for a few times that Caruso and Hartenstein, one starts, the other one comes off the bench, plays heavy minutes. You put them at the end of that bench, and you say, these are the 2 guys that we got at the end that can come in and give us something. That's a win-win for you. We're talking about Hartenstein not starting. We're talking about Caruso, the last guy on the bench. So they have not only just the depth, but they got guys that's willing to sacrifice and give it up and do what they need to do. And
Sacrifice and still stay ready.
And definitely be ready.
Hard.
Isaiah Joe might not see 2 straight series and come in and hit 4 for 4. Because the preparation of the leadership, the trickle-down effect, stay ready. You're going to get your shine. You're going to get your credit. Just do the same thing. That's where I think we get into with the league. It's just the intangibles.
And the guys buying in, too. That's rare to see that many, guys.
Caruso getting 20 points in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That wasn't an expectation. So if that was the game swing, how much they lose by? 16, 14?
123 to 107 in game.
We didn't game plan for Caruso hitting 20 at all. So,
but he wasn't proving all postseason that he can knock down those shots.
Well, Gil said it. He wasn't doing it when he was with the Lakers. That's one of the things that kept him in rotation because now I got to hit that shot. I got to figure out a way to stay on the floor other than just defense.
So like I said, no 20-point games at all during the regular season. Had 2 so far in this postseason.
That's insane.
Including one, obviously, in the NBA Finals.
He's stepping it up, right?
Stepping up his play, but, like these young guys, I think second youngest team with the potential to win the NBA Finals, having a 30-year-old vet like that, an old man on this roster.
Old man.
He
For
said,
this
"Oh,
roster, Gil.
For this roster.
I'm like, damn, 30 is old.
30 for this roster, not for the universe. 30 very young, spry for the universe.
For this roster. Okay.
This also speaks on finding other ways to get yourself going, too. So that 20-point game is like, it's just going to happen through the flow of basketball because you've been getting yourself going on different other occasions, different ways to, score, different ways to be involved in the game. So now they're not even looking at you. Now you get that chance. It's like, oh, this shot is it.
They leaving me
You know
open.
what I'm saying? I'm out here. So it just speaks on how to find your ways and get yourself going.
So your teammates having that confidence in you
Yeah,
to knock it down.
yeah. Wiggins, like, come on.
Yeah. Wallace.
So Alex Caruso, as I mentioned, only former champion on this Thunder roster. As a reminder, he won the championship with the Lakers in 2020 in the bubble. His All-NBA teammate Jalen Williams showed respect to Caruso's championship experience just before the finals began. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
It was a big ring, so that was motivation. I think just the message. He had arguably one of the tougher rings, the bubble ring. Just what goes into a season. I think when you look at that one, for them to win and have all the ups and downs of that season and still kind of stay focused, I think that's been our biggest thing, being able to like block out noise. And, obviously there's a lot of stuff about us being young and I guess too happy or whatever the case may be for like us not being ready to like be the next level. But I think the biggest thing with him getting the ring was just like how to stay focused through whatever we're doing and just grow as a team. And that's what really stuck out to me when he brought the ring in.
So Jalen Williams said he brought the ring out, said it was one of the toughest to win. Gil, do you agree that the 2020 bubble title was one of the toughest ever?
100% of every player who played in the bubble said it was tough.
We did have Danny Green on this couch recently.
I mean, because all you can do is think about basketball, right? Most people, you have to be built a certain way to just only focus on that, right? Just pure hooping, right? If you think about everyone who actually performed well in the bubble, came out of the bubble, and their careers took off. Right? You're talking about Jokic, you're talking about Luka, you're talking about, Devin Booker,
Jamal Murray.
right? You're talking about Jamal Murray. That's where you're talking about Donovan Mitchell, right? LeBron James. You're talking about who else? I mean, Giannis, right? We got to see who these guys were in that bubble. That was when we first seen Luka when he was giving the Clippers the business in that first round, right? We seen what Mitchell did. Like it's because that's all it is. There's no home court advantage. It's just you and your thoughts, right? There's no distraction. So if you easily distracted and you need comfort, you need people to praise you, you need cheers from your fans and say, come on, get it together, right? Then the bubble wasn't meant for you. It was a mental battle. And you can see who mentally was, prepared. And that's, So when you ask people, players who were there, they didn't have family and friends. It's like boot camp. Just play basketball and, go in your room, come out, let's practice. And, strongest survive.
Rashad, do you agree or disagree with Jalen Williams saying that the bubble is one of the toughest rings to win?
I don't know. He was just distracting me because he looked like AI, like somebody's like playing, like talking while he's talking. He doesn't seem like an avatar. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out if that's really him or not. Like,
Talks like that.
it's confusing.
What?
That was him.
It was him. Yeah, I don't want to get into all that because it's neither here nor there. Caruso should be respected, and that's what I think that they have some respect for him bringing in the chip and saying this is how it's done. This is how we're gonna get it done. You know, I think that's just pretty much the main message is.
Well, but as a player on that squad who hasn't experienced a championship, to see somebody pull out the championship ring, show them what it looks like, it seems like that's a motivational factor. Hey, I want to get one of these too.
Could be. I think whatever it is, they got to show it. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to take it over the top to get rid of all the notions of you're too young, you're this, you're that. Just prove it. Now we have to change what we talk about.
I agree.
For sure. So in that soundbite, we just heard J-Dub mention criticism of the team being too happy to succeed on the championship level. We heard Draymond make comments about it earlier in the season, too much buddy-buddy, kikiing, post-game interviews, everybody pulling up. But if this team is able to win a championship and be successful with that particular style of, camaraderie, the power of friendship, if you will we see more teams mimic OKC's personality in the future?
No,
Of course.
You think so?
Copycat league.
It is a copycat league, so
It's a copycat league. When Steph Curry was shooting crazy ass threes, he was talking shit about that. Guards that do play like that can't win. When he won, whole league turned into that, right? So now that you see these guys are having fun with each other, having fun, on and off the court, right? Being happy about the game itself, being happy about each other.
Friends.
It's showing a different side of how you can approach the game. So if these guys, win this championship, 1,000%, you're going to see the attitudes of players and how teams are put together shift. They're going to start doing more buddy-buddy shit. You're going to start seeing copycats around there all in groups, doing the interviews at the end. You're gonna, because it shows success.
What kind of teammate are you?
Yep.
But is that something that you talk about copycat league? It's easy to tell a guy, hey, go shoot more threes. It's a lot harder to be like, all right, go be buddies with your teammates. And
No, it's not. Did you notice?
That shit is genuine though.
Did you notice when Miami started doing two people doing interviews, two stars doing interviews at the same time? Have you noticed that's been the motto since, but nobody's picked up on it? Before that, it was just that star. Ever since Miami and D Wade and LeBron done it, everyone starts to do it. That is now the new thing. Both stars up at the same time. Before that wasn't a thing. You didn't go in groups in the podium. You had to go individually so they can ask you different questions and shit like that. Now they all sitting there together. So there's no conquer and divide system.
a lot harder to do with both of them sitting there neutralizing the media. Oh, Gil said this and
Think about this though. If there's a war against being friends,
You like it better this way?
being friends, on teammates being friends, it's like you see it, and you see us being successful. The people who don't like being friends with everybody are gonna be like, man, look at y'all. Y'all too happy. Y'all not too serious. Y'all this, y'all that. And then we would say, well, y'all should be more friends. Maybe y'all would still be in the playoffs. Maybe y'all get back to being friends like y'all was when y'all was winning. Everybody gonna have to figure it out at this point because the team chemistry does affect the winning. You out there passing the ball to who you like and who you don't like, and then that guy that you don't like is open, can hit the shot. You don't want to throw it to him because what he said in the locker room or whatever it is. Team chemistry matters. So if those dudes on OKC have a riff with one another, you probably would never even know it.
I mean, we've seen teams be successful both ways, all right, historically.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we've seen the Bulls, Mike and Pippen
Like I said,
get
you would
along.
never even
Saw the
know
Lakers, Shaq and Kobe
it.
weren't
You would
necessarily
never
buddies.
know it. You never knew it. Never knew Dennis and Scotty never hung out with Mike.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell.
Off the court.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah,
Sheryl was a four-time
social media though.
four-time WNBA champion of the world. How close were your teams? And we've hit this lightly previously, but friends or just, look, we're friends on the court, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
I mean, we didn't really hang out like that. On the court, we came to work to take care of what we had to take care of, and outside of that, everybody had their own.
But were you
It's a job.
friendly on the court with each
Yeah.
other? Was it okay?
Yeah. I mean, when we were playing, it was us against the world. Practices were a little different because we went at each other in practice. our practices were usually harder than the competition that we were going to play against.
That's how good y'all practices was.
Yeah.
That's the important element, right? Thunder can be friends. They can do all the post-game interview shenanigans, hijinks, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, you roll that ball out.
But there's a big difference between the
That's it.
homies and your brothers. Try to tell this to my homies.
Your homies and your brothers?
Your homies and your brothers. Your homies can disappoint you. You don't talk to your homie no more. He ain't my homie no more. This my brother. No matter what he do, that's my brother. You good, bro. We gonna shake hands. We gonna, my nigga, you cool. You my bro. But the homie can stop being my homie and go over there and be homies with the nigga I'm enemies with. Brothers don't do that.
True.
Most of the time.
They should.
Most of the time, 99.9%, unless the daddy told him that you, hey, that ain't your brother, that is your brother.
Every once in a while, you get a Fredo in the mix.
You fucked it up, and you know what I'm saying? But outside of that, bro, I see brotherhood. That's what I see. That's what we used to be with the NBA, where brotherhood didn't matter whether you was first team, second team, third team, or all NBA or MVP. Everybody hung together because everybody fucked with each other. But now there's such a divisiveness because you don't make no money, you ain't made this, you ain't got enough points, you ain't got enough minutes. You can't sit at this table. Okay, see, like, man, what's up? I'm bringing the OJ, you bringing the mashed potatoes. Man, I'm bringing the hoes. What's good?
You know, somebody, you said something that Shaq and Kobe. You're missing the rest of the element. There's still 15 players on that team.
Yeah.
Right, the two stars ain't gotta like each other. The rest of the team, it's still the rest of the team, just like Boston.
Yep.
Right. They all got along besides one. So they got a problem with one for some. But if you look at the rest of them today, the same 5 or 6 are still cool. Right. Ray Allen, like Ray Allen was the one on the out.
Well, he made a decision to go win a championship with.
No, even before that, him and Rondo didn't get along.
Yeah, they was.
They're still at it, but Rondo, KG, Paul Pierce, they got along, right? So, when majority, it's still there can be one bad apple, two bad apple, but for the most part, if there's a group that it affects winning, then that's all that matters.
I'm not even talking about bad apples per se, but you got two stars. They may just be on two different
so
islands.
There's one and two.
Pick a side.
But if 3, 4, 5, 6 is fucking with one or the other, if you got 5 different people thinking 5 different things, then that's when you have a problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or when the whole locker room is divided between the two. That's the problem. But if it's just one that don't get along with them, but these 4 or 5 get along with him, then that's.
I mean, it feels like with this Thunder team, it's the SGA squad, everybody else fall in line, get in where you fit in.
It's normal leadership though. Like there's a hierarchy when you come in. There's the guy who wants to be the leader, and then there's the guy that everyone makes the leader. So the guy who wants the leadership position, he's trying to prove that he could be the leader.
To the other 3, 4, 5. So usually if there's Buffalo, it's between 1 and 2.
Yep.
Right? And usually 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 usually goes with 1.
That's the better player.
Yeah.
He's the assuming leadership.
Now if
Better player,
2
probably
can
got
get,
more money.
if number 2 got 3 and 4, and then 4 and 5 is with 1, then that's where you have dysfunction inside the team. Yeah. And that usually happens when probably number 1 had the team and then he missed some time.
Yep.
And then 2 basically convinced them.
Rallied everybody together.
Yeah, we're going to do this. Now,
Then one comes back.
Now you got a divided locker room.
That was Melo in New York
With
Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin.
Oh.
Jeremy Lin came back. It wasn't so much the team, it was D'Antoni saying,
No.
this is what we gonna go this direction.
Nah, it was the team too.
Both.
Because you got to remember when Amari Stoudemire,
I'm about to say Amari.
you got all those guys. They're like, nah, we rocking with.
He's sharing the sugar.
We rocking with Jeremy Lin.
Sharing the
We rocking
sugar.
with Jeremy Lin right now. You know what I mean? Just
louder.
come on, just get in and jump on board with us, and let's figure this
winning.
out.
Shit, we getting shit from China.
Man, the work calling back. Shit.
KTV. Work
Shit,
calling back.
KTV, Alibaba. Shit, we on Alibaba and shit.
There's a lot of benefits with him right here running this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
Yeah, shit, we getting straight. We
Nah,
got the
I get
direct
it.
source.
Hey, that's
Before the tariff.
that 1 and 2.
Pre-tariff.
man. And if you got them other guys, they all looking like who's the leader? Like what you say at Boston. If the riff is who we gonna pick the leader is, but we already know. So whoever's established leadership already, we already know who the leader is. They're trying to tell us we need to pick who the leader is.
But like you said, there can be changes in leadership sometime. And the previous leader comes back ready to take over his leadership role, and now he got to.
It's what
Was that
did
the
he do?
conflict up in OKC with KD and Russ?
Yeah, no. If you look at the
Right.
shit,
When he went down.
when KD went down, and Russ stepped into that role, and he was having success, and he got his boys playing great basketball. Also remember this: when KD's involved, it's a pecking order, right? When the new leader steps in, there's a different pecking order. Now, let's say he averaged 8 under KD. He was fine with it. Now, Russ comes in, now he's averaging 15.
Man, I'm
Who
trying
you think
not
side he on?
Right, yeah.
So now you got 2 people. Now KD is fighting against 2 people now.
I'm sitting over here in this corner, and I used to just barely get a pass and a half from KD.
That motherfucker coming over here.
4 or 5. Happy though, like hit it. He's like hit it.
2 in a row. Here, you just
Not. I ain't got it, and then you throw it to me with 2 seconds left, and I gotta shoot it.
Yeah, so that's what happens. That the number 1 guy is no different than the Dallas owner. He comes in, he got his own pecking order, how it works for him.
Yep.
So he's going to start giving the ball to who he likes.
Yep. That's the Kobe Luke Walton.
Right.
So now when
Luke is my guy.
no, Shaq Luke was my guy.
Both.
Because Luke is passing that shit to Shaq like this, and Cole's like, hey man, listen, all that lob city, I don't jump like that, man. Better change that shit up. You better change the passes up. This ain't big to big. You know what I mean? So, and that's what ends up happening. Where the shift is when one goes down, the other one takes over. Then it's ripple effect.
It'll be all right. I think just team
Yeah,
basketball.
they good right now because it's a real pecking order. Like it's so far.
But it seems like that pecking order can sustain for the next couple of seasons at least.
But what I'm saying is you can't.
I'm just
see
saying,
it.
I don't see Jalen Williams coming through and be like, no,
you
it's
can.
my team now.
No, he's not gonna say that.
Yeah,
but
I'm
he's
just saying,
saying, like the interviews I'm seeing, like I said, he don't look real, like an avatar. He's setting some shit up. Like, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If he let's just say
I'm a mastermind this shit, and once he better not let the foot off the gas at all, or I'm coming for it.
Like let's just say
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I see what you're
Shea
saying.
go down, and then you got Jalen Williams averaging 30, and then Chet averaging 25.
And they looking like a little
You know what I mean?
duo.
Hartenstein averaging 17. Like
Are we winning though?
It don't matter.
Do you care at that point?
Once you taste the steak,
Well, then it would matter though,
That's what I'm
because then
saying.
when he
That's
comes back
right,
and they start winning, then we be like, yeah, that was fool's gold. Y'all need to chill out.
Once you taste that
one time?
that wagyu,
Can't go back.
you can't go back.
There's no
hamburger. You gotta remember
But
that
that's
hamburger helper.
Gil, hamburger helper with the
But what
appropriate
about this
accessories.
though? What about the
It
dynasty?
tastes
that
like
we can
Wagyu.
create?
Hey,
That's
it's
my only
cool.
issue with them because they're young, and if they do win it this year, how they gonna come back?
You know how they gonna come back.
No, they're gonna come back when. I'm just saying, once you
Tasting that Wagyu.
once you taste that next level of something, it's hard to rewind back.
Even if you're losing.
It's hard to rewind back.
The Boston Celtics.
When I'm averaging 25, there's a price that comes with that.
You tasted this thing?
And once I start looking at a price that says you get a 4-year 150, and then when the start comes back and I go back to my original role, and that original role is 4-year 35, there's no ring.
Man.
There's no ring talk no more. That's family legacy talk. And it's hard. That's what fucks teams up every time. It never fails.
It is.
Ain't shit that ever changes.
There is a decision to be made.
Yes.
At that point.
And it's always for the.
Do the Jalen Brunson or do you
The red
do
pill,
the
blue
Jalen Brunson
pill.
or do you?
That's what you got to
But
make.
I see this team maybe moving in the, I don't know. Obviously, if I'm Shea, I want my bag. I'm MVP. I'm taking.
No, but the bag is
super
already
duper
changed.
max.
Oh no, he's getting.
It's never
his.
the star
No,
player.
that's what I'm saying. He getting his.
It's never-
We ain't worried about him.
It's never the star
But
player.
we saw
It's usually-
Brunson do that with the Knicks, so I'm gonna take.
It's
less.
never the star player.
So you
the
think he-
star is the star.
Yeah.
But when I'm saying, like, let's say OG, Brunson goes down and OG becomes Cat, and he's averaging 25, and he's looking at a certain type of money. And Brunson comes back, and he goes back to the 15, 16, and his money got chopped to 75%. He's the one that becomes the problem.
But that's
What did I
only
say?
if they losing.
Remember I said that? No,
Only if they
no.
When you
that
lose
winning-
it, that
the
shit hits
benefit-
differently.
that winning personally don't give me 75%. It gives Brunson.
But I'm saying,
DiVincenzo, what happened? What did I say that was going to happen to DiVincenzo? He tasted something that wasn't sustainable when everybody got healthy. Who become disgruntled?
but
Who gets
remember what
fucked
we
up?
said though. He has to go back. Remember, we prepared for that. We was like, look, you can be happy with the Wagyu taste in your mouth all you fucking want to, my nigga.
But
You're not at this table as a reserve. This doesn't say reserve for you. You came with a +2, bro. You tasted that just because it's Tuesday. Look, it's Wednesday now. Go back, ramen noodles, Kool-Aid.
And what
A very fine meal, if
what
seasoned
ended
correct.
up happening?
He had to
He
accept
was
that
mad.
this is where I'm
He
going
was
to be.
mad. He was disgruntled. Then they had to get rid of him. Now he's coming off the bench, and I'm doing the same thing. Like, once you taste it,
When they got rid of him, they got somebody like him that can accept the fact that this is you taste Wagyu sometime, bro. You don't sit here.
the other one already tasted Wagyu. He was tasting Wagyu
he
in
tasted
Phoenix.
a
He was
little- yeah,
tasting
a little
Wagyu in Brooklyn. He was tasting Wagyu.
He know his spot,
This
right?
guy tasted Wagyu for the first time, and he was like, yeah, I don't want to go back to that.
But see, Bridges on the phone
And he was like,
look,
yeah, we don't care.
Look,
Yeah,
when you
that's what I'm
taste the
saying.
Wagyu, Bridges like, look, when you taste the Wagyu, bro, listen,
You gotta have.
it's fire, but you gotta have the palate for this.
Yeah.
Like, don't go crazy, bro.
have a balance, like,
you
you
got,
know.
you gotta get some mashed potatoes just to
Order
get the
that
taste.
order it medium well.
It's
Like,
hard.
might get that succulent and get succulent.
It ain't well done yet. Get a little medium.
Get a little
Don't ask for
medium.
A1 sauce.
Hey, it ain't.
You go crazy. You get addicted to it, and then
It's hard not to.
No, I know, but
It is.
I hear what
You got
saying,
girlfriends,
though,
you got wives, ex-wives, and girlfriends still tripping. And 20 years later, about some Wagyu they used to
Wagyu
taste.
used to taste, man. It ain't the same no more.
You understand?
Oh, God.
She down there with
All
a
right.
regular nigga eating
All right.
Popeye. Eating Popeye's chicken. You better get in line for that goddamn chicken sandwich.
Sirloin.
He's still over there at Nobu with his new girl.
That chicken sandwich is fire, though.
People waited hours to get that chicken
Right?
sandwich when it first dropped.
Dry ass sandwich. Man.
Very
That
moist,
shit-
Gil. Concentrated popcorn lips.
That shit was fire.
Adequate
Bad.
When that
moisture.
shit first hit, that shit was fire.
That shit was crack. Yeah, that shit was good.
Then you start seeing chicken sandwiches everywhere.
That shit was good if you was from the hood.
Yeah, he was from the.
If you was from the hood.
That chicken sandwich.
Y'all saw,
If you was from the hood, the chicken sandwich was the shit.
Gil saw several Caucasians waiting in line, multiple
you ate-
bags, reselling.
If you ate
was
real
getting beat
chicken
up.
sandwiches from
Went to
real
wrong one.
chicken sandwich places,
You went to
you know
wrong
it came
Popeye.
with condiments.
What's wrong, Popeye?
I got my shit. It had bread, sauce, and a pickle. Well, my lettuce, tomatoes, and where's all the extra shit that go?
Simplicity.
Nah.
Simplicity, Gil.
From the chicken.
I'm not
The
7
chicken
years
is the
old.
the chicken is the main.
I'm not 7. I don't eat
what is
bread
that
and
to you?
chicken.
That's good.
Fucking plain bread and chicken.
Also
You-
known as a chicken
you
sandwich.
Psychopath.
Sauce.
You a psychopath if you eat just bread, chicken, and a dot of sauce, man. If you don't put the motherfucking spread,
a good dollop,
where my
though.
cheese
A good
at.
dollop.
For the sauce.
Hey, something we
You
was
get
talking
a
about
dollar for the
yesterday.
sauce and then you.
Nah, you better. Y'all need the cheese.
You
That-
eat
that-
a,
that-
you eat a
that-
chicken sandwich from Popeyes, you still got gas 2 years later.
Yo, something we was
Sit
talking
here
about yesterday.
holding their stomach together right now.
Mr. B, what's up?
Something so we was talking about a bag, right? You said great players don't have bags, right? It's like more fundamental skill, right? So
No,
what
no,
is
no,
a-
no,
not old school.
Great players all had fundamentals.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Their fundamentals was elite,
Okay.
and then bags are on top of that, and it's the bag for you. But how kids talk about bags today is the Jordan pool, right there.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
he has this elaborate bag. He don't have the fundamentals of it, so his bag is irrelevant to anyone that played basketball.
He said the
Okay.
old school
Okay.
great.
Okay.
Didn't really have a
Bag.
bag.
Okay.
Right,
So
like-
like Isaiah Thomas didn't have like we wouldn't say he had a bag.
He got to where he got to. What was his bag?
You can't stop.
Did he do anything extra outside of getting to the point? Like, we see the bag is this. I done hit you with a crossover. You done shifted there. I done did a step back for you to come back here, for me to do this, to do a step back. The fuck did you need? You already got rid of them. Like when they do this, they do the side step, pump, one dribble, pull up.
Right.
That's a normal basketball play.
Right.
Pump, step back, double step back to another side step, extra bags.
Did
But
Pete
is it the first
did,
move a part of
did
the
Pete
bag?
Maravich have a bag?
No. Yes.
So that's one.
So
That's one then.
to me, I have a totally
Is he
different
top-
perspective of what a bag is.
But his fundamentals of passing was already elite. It's the fundamentals first,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
when you're talking about bags, like everyone has a bag. Everyone has a bag. What's in it? What's in the bag? Some people just say, hey man, I just need a knife and a grenade just in case. That's it. Some people need shit. They're not confident with themselves. I need the Uzi, got extra shit. I got all this extra shit. Like some people are just,
Right.
these 1-2 moves, that's all I need because they can't stop me. And so you be like, oh man, you sitting there with your whole loaded roster of shit you got going on. You look at my shit and say, yeah, this nigga shit plain in the bitch.
Yeah, because a bag to me growing up was and one mixtape.
Yes.
Like Ray Frost.
And that's-
the
and
first
that's what-
and1
and that's
mixtape
what
was
they
like
think-
that.
that's
That was
what
a
that-
bag to me.
yes.
Like, oh, he got.
And that's what they think a bag is. That's what the little kids think a bag is. Those things. Which extra jelly and shit. I got the layup here. Let me sit here and sling it, spin it off the top. That's a bag now.
And a lot of problems.
Yeah.
That's exactly why the game is the way it is now. Shit. To me, a bag is a book. It's not a bag, it's a book. Page 1. What you gonna go for first? Page 2. You stupid. Watch you go for the page 1 again. And then it goes further and further and further on building up on what page 3, page 4. KG taught me this is counters and moves and how to make the defense shift and what they reacting to, what they got to foul you on. When I open up page 1, if you don't get nothing done in page 1, you're going to have a long night. Because if I got to go to page 2, it's a lot of shit in there. That's what people talk about the bag. On the bag, I can pull this out. I got the spin package, right? I got the half spin package. I got the between package. I got the between behind the back package. I got the between cross package. I got the hezzy package. I got all the packages. I don't ever have to pull none of this shit out because you ain't that good of a defender to make me. But I got it.
And that's what the normal people don't understand. Everyone has a bag. Remember I said it. I said, you need a package for different defenders if you're an elite scorer.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If I'm going against a guard, I have a package. If I'm going against someone who's stronger than me, I have a package. Someone taller than me, I have a package. But for me to do any of that, you have to stop my basic bag first.
Yeah.
Yeah, my basic.
My go-to man, being right past you.
Yeah.
If you got me
playing around.
doing all this irrelevant shit, you're winning.
You ain't got no bag.
Right? The bag, the for a basket, not the fan. Fan thinks bags are different.
Right.
For a basketball player, simple first. If we can't make you count, if you can't make me count, like Shay, you can't make him shoot a 3 because he knows you can't stop his layup package.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So to you, you don't have a bag.
Okay.
To him, I don't need it yet. I don't need to pull out option 2 because you can't stop option 1. Jalen Brunson, you can't stop option 1. I'm trying to get to that rim. Stop it first for me to do something else. These guys today are stopping themselves.
Yeah.
They're stopping themselves already. When the elite says, I'm gonna make 50 fucking layups before I shoot a jumper. Show me you can stop my first move. I'm not gonna just automatically go to 2 and 3.
Why is
There's
that?
no need if you can't.
But
stop
that's what
one.
they do. But
Yeah.
that's what they do. So like somebody like LeBron, they're like, yeah, he don't have a bag. Well, 50,000 points, he didn't need one because you didn't stop fucking just I'm gonna drive right and try to dunk.
Right.
You cut me off, I'm gonna spin. They ain't stopped that yet. So what the fuck does he need to add 3, 4, 5?
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at my hand, shot,
Right.
A bag.
shot.
A very effective move.
You never even made him do this. Step, side, step.
A dribbleless bag.
No.
He started doing that later. That side step.
Yeah, side, like,
But he tell you it's coming though. That's the crazy thing, and nobody blocks it.
I mean, look at V cutting, right? Fundamental. It sets you up for what? Triple threat. Catch the ball, triple threat off a V cut. What's the first thing I'm thinking about? Going right past you. On the catch. Boom, right away. Now, if you catch up to me on my first move, which is going by you, Shay, Alexander, what he does on the first move. 2 dribbles hard. Come here.
Yep.
Snatch back. Rule number 1 is if I go on the catch real fast, he's got to try to beat me to the spot, and I'm going to stop in the drop of a dime right there, pop, pop, every time. Now, let's just say he just happens to say, all right, I see what you're doing. Snatch back. Hezzy. Got you again.
Bump you this time.
I could do whatever. That's the book that I'm talking about. That's page 1, catch and go. Boop. Either let me go, lay it up, or you're going to have to try to stop me. Page 2, I'm all paying attention to all this shit. I try to explain this shit on Out the Mud, but you got it misconstrued. But a real scorer analyzes not only, like you said, the defenses of different strategies of trying to stop me. This kind of guys like to push up. This kind of guy, he want me to shoot it. He want me to bail him out. Nah, we're going to attack because we got a bag for that. We got footwork for that. We know how to make you foul us. We know how to bait you if we want to, but we want to show you that you can't just come out here and play me any kind of way. It's chess.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird basketball now. Because you drive. What's the first thing you do? Swing through, drive. Right? Next one is what? Swing through, you overplay, snatch back. Their first move is to swim through, step back, sidestep.
On the same move, going the same direction.
Like that's your first move. Like they didn't go.
I got 2 moves.
You already did your third counter before you even did the first move. Like I always tell them, don't shoot a 3. Your first shot can't be a 3.
No.
Your first shot always got to be attacking, so he feels that he needs to be on his back heels.
Back, got you.
Right? So if you come down, and I asked them, I said, why is your first shot damn near from half court? He says, I always shoot a far 3 first to let the defense knows this is where I'm pulling from. So now his defense has to start here. So when my pick and roll starts to start at half court, so now I have all this space to run
for the 3.
For the 3 and so now the big man has to play this longer game.
Right.
And I was like, okay, that makes sense. His first shot is going to be damn near by the half court, so he can establish where he's shooting from tonight. Yep. So now you got to pick up from there. So then when he does the pick and roll, he has this whole thing he can run at the. If he shoots the first 3, they're going to pick me up there.
Yep.
Now when the pick and roll comes, instead of 3, I have no space.
And the coach is saying pick him up earlier, and he's going downhill now.
Don't let that first one go in.
But see but I wouldn't know that unless I talk to him. So now I ask, what is your reasoning for this? He can explain it. And it's like, okay, that makes sense.
Think about how the coach could get that fucked up if he don't know that strategy. Dang, why you pulling every time you pull from? You don't see how they play me the rest of the game.
Now watch when I come back down.
Right by him.
If not, same.
But all this shit is just strategy and mathematics, man. I think it's just go back to like critical thinking, bro. Like it's X's and O's. It's not like building a Barbie house. Like you gotta really go in, man, and build that bitch from the bottom and you understand what pieces go where so it looks a certain way. Like they getting away from all of that because the X's and O's matters, your book matters. What you have in your book and in your bag, it fucking matters. And if you're lying, we're gonna find out. You ain't got that. You ain't got that. You ain't working on that, man. Hit it again. I ain't buying it. He with us.
He with us.
That's a fact.
My favorite thing to say. It's very hurtful when you're on the court. He with us in the middle of a shot.
Man,
like, I'm on a different team.
Oh,
hell no. That's disrespectful right there.
He with us.
Ball don't lie. Oh, man. Rebound.
That's the type of thing that'll get a lollipop snatched out of your
somebody
hand.
Be like this when you shoot. As soon as it go up, rebound. That's rebound. Get that out.
See, that wouldn't.
Rebound.
Go like this when they shoot.
Because I
Hell no.
She with us.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Shit.
Let's move on to Mostly
When I
Fans.
shoot it and it go in, I'm going to be like, no,
You are not with me. Presented by Underdog. Download the Underdog app. Use promo code GIL. Get $1,000 in bonus cash plus a special pick 'em.
Somebody got an open pass. It was my first year, and they swung it in the corner, and the guy in the corner couldn't shoot. He was like, he can't shoot. Shit, he can't even shoot a gun.
Damn.
wow.
Now that would get a lollipop snatched out of there.
He probably side of the rim.
Man, he hit the side of the backboard like a motherfucker, man. Boom! Like, God damn.
So we are now in our Mostly Fan segment. We have a question from Underdog user RGZ1018. Which team or coach would you not want your kids to play for? Which team or coach would you not want your kids to play for?
What team?
You don't have to answer this because you have child who will likely be in the draft next season.
And
that team may draft.
And look, it all depends on where that player is in his career, right? So like Elijah, I'd rather him play for a Stan Van Gundy when he gets into the NBA, because that's the type of coach that really relies on detail, work ethic, discipline. So you'd rather your earlier years to be disciplined and understand what it takes to be a pro, right? So he's gonna work the shit out of you, right? You ain't gonna have time to be going nowhere, right? Your shoot around is your goddamn practice. That's a practice. I'm not a shoot around. There's no coming in there with your shit not tied. Like that's like when you play the game, that's the second game. That first practice is brutal. You playing, it's a 2-a-day damn near. Right, so I'd rather have a coach like that the first couple of years, and then eventually move on to like player coaches types. But if you get a laid back coach your first couple of years,
so bring you back to the question: what team or coach would you not want your kids to play for?
a laid back player coach who you got to be. He fucks with veteran, professional type of guys. Right?
So like a Larry Brown per se, or somebody like that who may not give the younger guys an opportunity.
No, because he's strict. I don't want a coach that just there's no practice, right? You don't really got practices like that. Is you come in and get some shoot around and like somebody who's dealing with like a Steve Kerr type, right? He's at the point where he's done had veterans. They've done one championship, so this blueprint is based off of them.
So a young player,
right? So a young player coming in thinking this is the real NBA, and you don't know what Curry and Clay did at the beginning of their career. Yeah, that's how players and kids don't develop.
So let's move over to Sheryl.
I don't know.
What team or coach? You don't know?
Why? Because you was. The coach didn't matter, huh? The coach didn't matter, huh?
You don't want him to play right now?
Yeah.
I don't want him to play right now?
Yeah.
That's the coach.
Are you talking about my son?
You was the coach.
Of course. I want him to play.
You was the coach.
No, I was not. I mean, I agree with Gil. Like, if you're asking me to pick a particular coach right now, I'm saying I don't know, because I don't know. But I don't want my son playing for someone who is not going to, I said I don't know because I got a man. Like, make him, that's not very disciplined, that can't, like, teach him the game, the fundamentals of it. Like, I want him to play for someone who is, one, going to make him a better player, make him be disciplined, help him grow in the game, and just make him an overall, not just a better player, but someone who can actually teach him how to be a better man. Because I think that's all part of it when you're playing the game. I don't know who that coach is by name.
Okay, so let's shift over to this side of the couch. Mr. B, what team or coach would you not want your kids to play for? Or potentially a trainer you wouldn't want your kids to train with?
Hey,
No,
definitely not
I'm
training.
just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
Definitely not training
don't
with a
get him
trainer.
going.
that-
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with
Don't get him going.
you. Just coach or team.
You're like an old school car. Once it gets to crank it up, man.
Yeah.
Coach or, I know how to instigate.
That motherfucker start going. It's like a train.
I was just kidding. I'm sorry. I apologize.
What's going on with the trainer shit, man?
Subpar
that Fred Flintstone car.
ain't had
Boy,
no
once
trainer.
it gets to going,
Ain't never had no
Subpar hosting.
trainer?
Yeah, but he don't put me in the group chat.
Subpar hosting. Which team or coach would you not want your kids to play for?
Your job is to train me. Sacramento Kings.
The Sacramento Kings would be the team that you would not want
Yeah,
your
we want to stay away from there.
stay away from.
but that's a team.
What? That's what he
You
said.
said a coach.
Team or coach.
Team or coach.
Sacramento has 7 Chili's in the metropolitan area, just as a reminder.
That's fine.
A very fine dining
Parts of
experience.
Sacramento.
Don't want to go to Sacramento.
Old school
at all.
Americana.
Damn.
Okay.
Death trap.
Doug Christie?
Death trap.
And the Doug Chris is there.
Let's move over to Rashad. What team
So
or
you
coach?
saying the team, not Doug, just the team.
Yeah, just team.
Just the team. Nothing Doug
These
Christie.
days you got to separate it.
Yeah.
I know you coach here, but not you.
Yeah, not you. Yeah.
The team.
Rashad, what team or coach would you not want your kids to play for?
Well, first, I'm going to tell my kids, we ain't playing no damn basketball. We going to the front office. We trying to be next to Michael Rubin and them.
Yes. FanticsFest, if you
Okay, all that playing and shit. You want to go play? Cool. But we learning how to move these pieces around. Steve Kerr would probably be the only guy that I'm like, let's jump him. in the parking lot.
Wow.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, so they're gonna be coaches. Owners and.
Yeah. We not entertaining no more.
Okay.
All right, so we got one final question.
No more entertainment.
Wait, when you say Sacramento, we know it's not the coach. The team or the city?
Both. Team and city.
So what if it was
Why
Sacramento?
y'all
Was
like
it
bringing the beef though? Like y'all just like beef.
If the franchise relocated to Oakland, would that change your opinion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's the
So
city.
it's Sacramento.
Okay.
It's the city. Like, who's going down there to play bingo?
Sufficient Sacramento slander for this season
Play
of
bingo.
Gills Arena.
You see how we, so like the Sacramento King fans, the basketball fans, we're not talking about y'all.
You ain't never played bingo before, bro.
I don't want to.
You don't know how fun it is.
Bingo.
Yeah. You don't know. Wait for that number to pull up, bro.
B16.
Man, you don't know the feeling to hit B16, nigga.
How much is
What?
How much is the winning?
You ain't never said bingo.
I did in school back in the
See,
day.
you don't know the feeling, nigga. Grandma, nigga, 65. Bingo.
Man,
It
let's
is
take
fun.
your ass to the casino.
15,000 she hit for.
At the bingo?
At the bingo.
No.
15,000.
No.
What?
At bingo?
15,000.
Wait, hold on. They got bingo. No, they ain't got money like
Big
that.
time bingo.
Where?
What?
Go.
Maybe at the next.
Big, what?
No.
B22, she going crazy.
she put it?
Man, everywhere. They be driving 10, 20. They go.
15,000 at bingo?
Bingo! She wore the lucky hat. You don't see the
got
big
the elementary
squeezing.
school
They be
tables
squeezing
and
that
shit
shit
at
down
bingo.
on
Got
that
a
thing,
little
boy. I got my lucky hat on with my beads and all that.
All right, well,
You don't even know when she rich. She done hit bingo 17
wow.
times this month.
an expert bingo player. Let's move on to our next question from Underdog user Bromans07.
Bingo.
Gil, this question is for you. Bromans07 wants to know, Gil, how crazy was it seeing AI hit your teammate Antonio Daniels with a double crossover in person? We have the video for you to check out.
Oh, shit.
Oh, bingo.
Bingo.
Man, I wish they play it
Go
past.
by.
I wish they play it past this.
Just tell them.
What happened
Tell them what
past
happens.
Yeah, what happened?
I dunked on Chris Webber and Dallenberg.
Oh, right after?
Right
Yeah.
after. Fast
So he
break.
dropped him. Everybody was like, oh, then I came down there. Oh, yeah.
Saved it. Oh, so you saved the play then?
No, nigga. You see,
They replayed it.
They don't go save it. They'll play. No.
Can we watch that
Was
one
it
more
an
time,
N1?
please?
Yours was an N1, right?
Huh?
Was yours an N1?
Nah.
No, it wasn't an N1. So it didn't stop the play. I
Boom.
remember watching it.
Boom, damn,
So
hold on.
Chris Webber and should have
Throw it
probably
up
been
ahead.
Iguodala. It was,
Gil, I do see you going to get the inbounds pass right.
yeah. I wanted the ball. I give a fuck boy. What happened to him, boy? You better get up. This ain't the first time he done dropped you.
God damn, man.
Damn.
God damn.
Macarena. No.
He was playing Twister.
Oh no. The fucked up part is that's all they did on the bench. Hey, Macarena. You remember when I said it too, when I said a dude came in there different? Because we ain't see him on the road. Hey. Yes, he started moving a little different after that.
The Hey
I don't think
Macarena.
he's ever been the same, man.
No, it was. But the bad part is that's not that he's been hit a couple times.
No, I think that's when he was cool. Like he was
No,
a cool nigga then. and
listen.
it knocked all the cool out of him.
When AI came in, legs got a little wobbly every time. Every time. So whatever happened early in the career that made the legs a little wobbly, so you get a little jumpy.
I just wanted to say though, I wore the USA because it's USA, you know, and it's the type of nigga they gonna need to beat the Euros. Who wears number 9?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, they gonna need them, and they not coming through the door, so them Euros gonna have to figure it out. But it's USA.
Talking about for the
Next year.
All-Star game?
2020.
Oh. I thought you were talking about 2028.
You talking about the Olympics or the
No,
All-Star
the
game?
All-Star game.
2026,
The world
yeah.
versus
Yeah.
the Americans.
The head to toe USA, proud American.
Proud.
But they have no chance. But they have no chance without that man right there. Is what you're saying?
Money making son.
Oh yeah, he coming back though. You don't remember?
To
You
NBC.
didn't get the memo?
Oh, NBC. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike
Can I
coming
ask you a
back.
question?
Mike coming back.
Okay, so next year is the gimmick, right? If the USA team beats the world team, do you think there will be that in 2027?
Is that is it 2027 or 2028?
2026 is going to happen.
The All-Star game.
So
They did the same format.
If USA wins,
So?
do you think the USA players will want to do it again? What will be the
If the game is close and it's competitive
so
and entertaining.
there's only one. So you're like me. It has to be one outcome for this to be moving forward. If not, it's just a one-time thing.
For sure.
And then you're back stuck.
Yeah. But you never really back stuck because you know what worked in the past. You can always go back to the original format and try to do
But
that.
nobody liked it then. That's why it was traded.
So that's why you're experimenting
you're like
now.
me.
But you're experimenting.
You can't go back. You can't go back. You can't go back anymore. Once you do this, whatever happens is, if USA wins, they're not gonna want to do this again. I'm like, man, fuck all that. That shit is weak. If they win, everybody's like, well, they didn't play hard against them anyway. So what do you do after
You can
that?
change it. You're going to have to change it up
You
again.
have winning. U.S. or international?
Right now, I know at least 6 people that was like, yeah, man, fuck that dumb shit. This is a gimmick. We good.
So
They can have it.
Do American players?
the Americans going to concede to the international.
There's 2 Euros
Duck that smoke.
that was like
So the Euros also said
2 of them.
So do you just cancel the All-Star game then?
So that's-
if that happens,
remember I said
because
this.
if you're not gonna play in this, then that means if we go back, you definitely ain't doing
If
that.
you
Okay.
too
Right.
good, you too good to
Okay,
play in
so-
this, and I'm cool on that.
So you have to look
What
at
kind
it.
of stars we got?
Look at it from, forget the fan standpoint. Look at it from the player standpoint, right?
Okay.
See, we're all talking for what the fans need. Look at it from the player standpoint. It's not like they're asking the committee of possible all-stars, what do y'all want or need for this to be a successful thing? No one's asking them. You're just telling them what it is, and then they're looking at it like, yeah, that shit's weak, right? That's what's going on. So what ends up happening is this. All-Star Weekend comes, right? For the player themselves, this is money-making time, right? This is when you're meeting sponsors, going to party, mingling, doing this, right? The game itself is irrelevant to you. You already got the all-star nod.
Okay.
Playing in the game to do what exactly? If I'm not going for the MVP, what am I really there for? Like
The
think about it.
fans.
But again, take the fans out of it. What does the player themselves, that's what I said, you guys keep using fans thinking it's going to make them play harder.
But that's the
So-
only reason we're having an all-star game
Okay.
is because of the fans.
Okay.
Fan vote, fan appreciation, mid-season celebration for the guys who've been playing well up until this point. This is for the fans to enjoy. That's why we've been hands off with the experience, because they're just trying to entertain the fans.
Okay, so
The fans are complaining now, this is not entertaining.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You're using the fans' logic. Now, if you're not going to put yourself in a player's perspective, then you're going to always have this. I came here, I've already did this. Now I'm here enjoying my little weekend, and then I got to get ready for the upcoming season for the name that's here. Right? For the name that's here. We're the number 1 seed. We're this, or we're a bottom seed team trying to get a push, right? So you want me to come out here after I've been doing all this to go play hard to prove what? I win here, I go out here to do what does not help me in my real life. All-Star is fantasy. It's fantasy. This is not my real life here. I play for the Lakers. The Laker fans need me. Me going out there playing for an all-star group for the fans themselves, that's not in my best interest.
It is.
You
because
gotta
you're
look
a
at the
representation of your team as the best player going up against the other team's best players in a game on whose best players are going to win. We want our player who's on our team, who's representing our team, to look and play as if he would in our regular season.
No, you don't.
Nothing should change.
That's a lie.
It's not.
Because as a fan, you didn't buy season tickets to the All-Star game.
Because they're too expensive.
But you bought season tickets to your team.
They're affordable.
So what happens if your player breaks his leg in that game going all extra hard.
It's unfortunate.
You got a whole city fucked up because of some dumbass All-Star game.
Well, he could do it the first game back.
He could, but I do it on my dollar.
So why haven't they took the game out then? If that's the risk then?
Because they're trying to make
because they've been playing All-Star games.
They've been doing it for
Because it
this.
became
I'm
a
like, yo, we've been doing it for so long.
Because it became a business.
So the All-Star game was never really a business?
It was a
thing
game
they
for
did.
the fans.
It was a game. It was a game for recognition first. Now it's big money business now.
Okay.
So it's not like the NBA themselves can say, all right, let's rip the All-Star game apart. It's too much money involved now. And the players are like, yeah, cool, but
All they
Too
asking.
much money involved.
What if you
but
made,
they're
like-
never gonna, because of that, they can't get rid of it.
they can't get rid of it. And
So why don't you
But
put money
players,
up then?
Players don't want to play, and fans don't want to watch.
But what if you put bread up? Say you can win, I don't know, say the world versus the Americans, you know, it could be $3 million, $5 million.
At the end of the day,
Some money
the,
up.
the
You gotta
fan,
put something there.
no,
Like,
what they
because
need
they're
to
Or
do.
just pick guys who want to play.
Well, no,
There
I'm
are
saying- I was
guys
gonna
who
say-
do want to play.
Like I was gonna say that
I
too.
mean, you're picking guys who don't want to play.
No,
Why would
that
we
is
pick
true.
them?
Right.
So now we gotta list. Now list me the guys who said, man, I wouldn't be on that shit. Well, leave them niggas off the list and bring me them young motherfuckers to be like, hell yeah, what
So-
you mean? Sign me up.
And that's the only thing you do. I
David
guarantee.
Stern was still.
Ask the fans. No, they started in there. Ask the fans. We pick our all-stars. Is it okay that we replace them? They get their awards because this is what it is, the best all-stars. And then, do you mind if we pick 24 players that's going to go out there and play hard? They're going to say, no, we can watch regular season for that bullshit.
That's facts.
We still want to see LeBron James. I still came all the way here to watch LeBron James anyway.
No, you just got to figure out a way to convince LeBron James to come in here and play hard.
not-
That's all.
Cancel it. You got to
That's all.
That's not gonna happen.
Hey, listen,
Exactly. So why would that be a problem for the fan when we need the guy we want to come see play hard, don't want to come play hard? As a fan, all we can do is be like, yo, what's wrong? Come on, bro. We paid for you to come play hard. The other side got to convince this guy, like, yo, look, we know you tired of this. This is your 20th year and got to find another way to motivate you. But the guys, we want to see you play a little bit harder.
Who do?
The fans. The fans.
Because
Has everybody played hard in the All-Star game though, or did they just show or act like it?
No, they just know. They
Like,
did what they did at the beginning, entertained, and if the game is close at the end, they played harder at the end. Whoever's trying to win an MVP,
He's going hard.
they go hard. Yeah. Right? So for the most part, majority of them go hard. If they're not going to win an MVP because it's not, the style ain't them, like Jokic probably would never go hard because the game, how it's played, goes out of his hand and he can't control it the way he plays. So for him, he's probably not going to go as hard as he does for Denver. But the issue is this. Until the game venue starts taking a hit from the fan base, there's nothing going to change. See, if 25,000 people that know no one's going to play hard is showing up, them kids, it's a kid thing. It's a festival.
Yep.
This is a festival. The kids, they're here having fun, seeing all the stars at one place. That's what it really is. It's a festival.
Yeah, taking pictures, getting.
That's all.
Right.
What you can do is you have a choice to watch it or not. That's your choice, right? Just like it's their choice for me to spend $10,000 for a seat knowing that they're not going to play hard. That hasn't changed yet. It's still sold out every city. People are driving from city to city every time, right? Only people who's complaining is the people who's watching it on TV. Don't turn it on. We don't. The game is still going to be played. The fans inside are still going to cheer. They're still going to show up. There's still going to be lives. The niggas still going to get robbed. Shoes are still going to be sold. Jerseys still going to be sold.
They're already get robbed.
Right?
They getting robbed.
Yeah,
in LA.
I guarantee you,
Oh, we get in your pockets, y'all.
if the NBA decide to stop showing it on TV, I guarantee you the people start complaining, oh man, well why you leaving us out? Because you was complaining. Like you said you didn't want to watch it, so we didn't show you.
So
But the game itself is not going to change, just like the dunk contest went down. Just like if I'm going to sign you like for a dunk contest, if you sign up for the dunk contest, you got to be in it for 3 years. Unless you're physically hurt. And you got to be hurt the last game. 3-point contest, right? It's still names. Why ain't Curry, Clay, Kawhi,
Dame.
Dame. Why are y'all not all in it at the same time? That becomes a different game if they're all in it. That gimmick shit they did in Indiana,
With the girl.
it was good, but why didn't Curry shoot in the big one with the other guys? Like, we want to see who's the best shooter. Some of these guys that's winning, they're not the best shooter. You're not the best until we see all y'all together going.
It was just the best available.
Yeah, I don't like the best available.
All in all, the complaints we just discussed all result from decrease in viewership, which is why the NBA viewership is down. Because of the All-Star game being the #1 catalyst for, I don't want to watch this shit.
So the viewership is down all year because of that?
Not because of it. Just maybe a slight contributor. Just putting it out there. If the numbers are down at the All-Star, trying to figure it out, got to figure it out around the board. That's all I'm saying, because it's down, it's down. So we need to figure it out. Get these guys out here playing, doing something, because this little gimmick that we about to pull probably going to pull in more viewers than anything because it's a gimmick.
Yeah, it'll pull in you for the first year. And then what I'm saying is anything gimmicky and new is good the first year. It's how do you sustain it? That's the issue here. How do you sustain? You're not fixing the problem. The problem is they, as a collective group, are not playing hard. How do you fix that?
We will see.
You thinking their egos is gonna get excited because they're playing against the country? Like, these two are competitors going for MVP. They're not playing against each other hard. But you just because you put a group of world players together, and oh, we're doing this for our country. The 90% of the people that doing it for our country don't even play on a USA team. What the fuck? They don't even play on a USA team. Like, you're never gonna fucking pick me. Like, you think Jaylen Brown is gonna be like, oh yeah, the Euros, I'm gonna go play hard and go for my country? No, nigga, y'all ain't picking me on that team. Fuck you.
When the heat is on and motherfuckers is watching, it's a different type of challenge. Like, look, we about to play y'all, just like the group chat shit, right? If you don't respond in the group chat, you a punk. He said he gonna wipe you. Yeah, what you gonna do? Hey, that's what they said. They said that the USA team ain't got a damn chance. Hey, Jalen and Jason, what y'all gonna do? What y'all think about that?
We will find out.
Drew Hanna.
Soon enough,
Drew
February
Hanna.
2026.
They had the USA. I mean, they had the Euro team.
What you think about that, Drew?
They had
Drew
the Euro-
Hanna and Brandon said saying you can't fuck with him at all.
Charles Barkley had the USA. He had the Euro team, and he said it. I'm going with the Euro. He said it out loud of his mouth. I'm going with the Euros. Charles Barkley, look at his team. I'm going with the Euros.
We will find
The
out.
ass whoop.
February 2026. That is a good place for us to stop today. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody on this couch for another spirited discussion. Shout out to Fanatics CEO Michael Rubin. Make sure y'all pull up to Fanatics Fan Fest.
My 30 push-ups.
June 20th to 22nd. We will see. We'll see who wins the push-up battle between him and Shot. Who's gonna hold the push-ups? But this has been another episode of Gil's Arena presented by Underdog. Whoa, whoa! We will see y'all tomorrow.